All right.
We are here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing? It's great to see you all,
It is,
metaphorically.
even though we can't see fuck all.
Oh,
I can see you.
yeah, sorry. Sorry, you've
You
got to
should
look
be.
at me. I'm excited. We've got a pretty hyped up beer today.
Yeah, it's been all over. Well, everything's hyped up.
That's true.
I was saying to you and Adam the other day that I just look at pictures of beer like porn now. Like I just scroll through the beer snobs page, just drooling. Like, oh fuck yeah!
I know, because
look at that beer. Oh,
I know, because I've been fucking broke all week. It was payday today, so the few days before payday, those fucking pictures of beers kept coming up, and I swear to God, my brain reacted the same way to seeing like a naked pair of tits or something.
It is. Yeah, like I had these beers that we're going to drink today. I've had them sitting in the fridge for a few
3
days.
days, man.
Yeah.
Impressive willpower, actually, for an alcoholic.
There it is. There it is again. Spreading lies about me. Spreading fucking lies. No, so I had it in there because we were going to drink them today, but I just wanted to have a couple of days off the sauce as well, to be honest. But it was hard. It's hard when you got beers that tasty and you...
Especially in the fridge, every time you open it.
Yeah, it's just staring right back at you like a pair of tits.
Pair of big old teddies. The one we got today is a Modus Operandi. I don't know what that means. It's a Majestic Leopard. So it's got a picture of a kitty on it, which I'm against because I fucking hate cats.
Yep. Josh
is too because he's allergic to them.
Literally, I have allergies right now just thinking about cats. My nose is itching like fuck. That's literally probably because of the picture of that cat on that fucking can.
Hopefully they've gotten a cat, like they've employed a full-time cat, like wages, leave at the end of the year, sick leave, everything. And his one job is to rub his fat cat balls on the top of every can.
I think literally, if not Ivan would have done that with his fucking cats just to stitch me up.
Man, it's crazy. This fucking can, I mean, I'm going to talk about rock juice again because I'm balls deep in it. It's like the best
rock
beer
hard
of all time.
over rock juice.
This Majestic Leopard's a 500ml can, and it is only 2 standard drinks.
Yeah, it's weird because you usually used to drink in strong beers. That's 5%.
The rock juice is a standard can, 355 mils, whatever it is.
It was like 2.8
It's 2.9,
standard
man.
drinks. Yeah.
2.9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
You know, I had one
one.
of these guys I think it was a red IPA a while ago, and I wasn't that impressed, so I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised.
Ooh, give it a sniff. Give it an old sniff up that big Italian fucking nose.
Well, it's a fucking itchy Italian nose. Why?
Well, I mean, you've got a cocaine habit.
Well,
that would explain it.
You know, if I had more money,
you got to do cocaine.
Job right now, so
you got to do coke to level out the amount of booze you drink. That's how it works, isn't it?
No, not a bad plan.
I'm not mad at the plan.
Yeah. Oh. So I mean, if someone's going to line up a couple lines of 1-2 Charlie for me, I'll oblige. Just putting it out there.
Oh, look at that! Fits in there, beautiful. It does smell good.
Smells amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, very very fruity. I can't pick which fruit it is though. What fruit would you say it smells like?
Oh, I just tasted it. Fucking hell. It's quite hoppy.
I haven't had a go
Oh
yet.
man, first taste, that is fucking good. We were saying before that like we need to drink a shit beer because every beer we drink we're like, oh my goodness, oh that's fucking amazing. Just coming on the.
To be fair though, most beers are delicious.
Yeah,
that's the problem. We're basically reviewing porno mags and getting mad that we have stiffs.
Yeah. Why is my cock up? Oh man, it reminds me a little bit of that the IPL, the India Pale Lager that Beer Farm do, but a bit more fruity.
Oh, that's the green one, isn't it?
No, the yellow one.
It does actually, right? Yeah.
It's like hoppy, but not. It's got that like mild hops flavor. It's still quite present, but it's a little bit fruity.
We'll say though, compared to what this smells like, the taste is a little bit of a letdown.
Really? Oh man, I got some good flavors going on. Man, I've been hanging for a beer all day. We just did some vocals for our single just finished off some harmonies and that. And like
Final touches.
yeah, so I was just hanging for a beer, fucking around all day trying to get the new computer set up and all this
Oh
bullshit.
man, so fucking hell. So check this out. If you buy a new Mac and you have, just to
Joke.
save anyone a fucking headache out there, if you buy a new Mac and you want to use your Axe effects on it, or maybe use a USB, drive like a normal person, you're going to need to get an adapter because it only has USB-C. And we went to
The Apple Store. Where
Josh went to Officeworks and bought an adapter, USB-C to USB. That didn't work. Couldn't get anything out of it. Took that back, went to the fucking Apple Store because it's right next to Officeworks, and the guy was like, don't know. Basically, he was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know.
They actually didn't have that product there. They
Yeah,
didn't
they didn't.
actually sell what I need. So if you need to run any powered device with a MacBook Pro,
Over USB,
you
yeah.
can't get it at the Apple Store.
Yeah, and like, not only did they not have it, the guy was like, Matt, Officeworks probably has it. Go to Officeworks, they don't fucking have it. So we're like,
They've got paper. Hey, if you need a couple bags of paper, maybe some A3s, they've probably got even, look, A1s probably.
maybe we should have used some of the paper to build a giant paper mache dick and ran it through Apple's fucking front door. Maybe then they'll get the fucking message. But we went to JB Hi-Fi and they had like some docks there, but in true fucking Apple fashion, the voltage or something between a MacBook and a MacBook Pro is different. So the adapter we got from USB-C to USB didn't work because it was for a MacBook. Has a different voltage. So we've already walked halfway across the fucking universe at this point. Josh runs back on his bike, comes back. We plug in the right one, the Pro adapter. Nothing. Nothing.
Tumbleweeds.
Just tumbleweeds. Crickets.
And also the sound of me going off.
Angry Italian man in the background while I'm trying to figure this out.
I was fuming.
And like, I don't even know how to use a Mac. So I'm like, wait, do Macs have drivers? Oh yeah. Download the drivers. Everything works fine. We're retards. Moral of the story is never listen to anything that we say. You're welcome.
10-minute round about not listening to anything we say cause we're fuckheads.
Drivers. Yeah, drivers. So.
Maybe everyone knew that and they were thinking, hey, you guys are fuckheads, and they knew it before we said, but who knows?
I knew it had to be something though, like surely you got a fucking brand new MacBook and it just won't accept your Axe effects. I was like, what?
It's ridiculous too. They've got obviously this new USB-C drive. Maybe sell an attachment. You're trying to force a new technology. Maybe sell one at Apple, because that's not even an Apple product that works.
Well, maybe the cord would come with the $3,000 laptop, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy talk.
Drop
I know.
$3,000, you think you'd get one. But no, I had to pay, $140 fucking dollars for this AIDS little.
And it still only gives you 2 USB ports. It's not even it's annoying. The worst thing about USB-C is like, I'm pretty sure it's faster. Like it transfers data faster than USB 3. And there's all these innovations like it powers over USB and shit. But literally the only good thing about it is that you can plug it in any way. So you don't spend 8 hours trying to figure out which fucking way the USB
It is
goes
true. It just goes in way easier.
Yeah.
Why was USB never? Surely they could have that technology before we can plug it in anyway.
Of course. But like it's hindsight, because you use them so often. So you're like, oh, maybe put the fucking dick inside the plug in the middle so you can put it in anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a possibility. But yeah,
it's
whoever
like
made it,
it's
you're
like
a cunt.
they're like, I only like to fuck missionary. I'll make all of my plugs like that.
I wonder how many collective turns humanity has made of their USB devices trying to get the fucking port in. How many hours we've spent as a race turning devices over and over again.
Especially
you try it one way, doesn't work. You turn it over, still doesn't work. Confused.
Yeah, they get caught so easily, especially like if you're on a plane and there's one like under the arm or something, in a spot where you can't
those are the worst.
see, and you're just like, you stitch me up.
Man, I can't remember who it was that we flew with to Vietnam, but the airplanes usually have the two 3.5 millimeter jacks for the headphones.
Yeah.
This one had a USB in the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Imagine how hard that was to fucking plug in.
Yeah.
The fucking port was like underneath on the middle seat too. It was a nightmare.
I hate those
fucking
nightmares.
things.
I actually bought an adapter so I can just, because they give you the most AIDS-ridden headphones ever. They're like, what are the worst ones humanity's ever made? Can you
fucking
just
dog
make
shit.
them 10 times worse for this plane, and then we give them to? I swear.
And then they have the nerve to like collect them and recycle them like they're a fucking valuable commodity.
I know, and that they've been sitting on some rank cunt's ears, probably just earwax spurting out on
some like 3-year-old Chinese kid made these in 45 seconds. Don't act like they're fucking expensive.
Like, I swear
Hey Virgin, fuck you.
Hey, every airline, fuck you. I swear that they're just 2 cups with like a string going around each side of your ear.
Yeah, if you crack open the plastic, that's all it is. 2 tin cans and a bit of string. Wouldn't fucking surprise me.
Fucking dog cunt. So sort it out. Hey, it's not like you can go to what's that shitty ass I Wish or Mini in the Box, one of those shitty ass Chinese web like apps or websites.
Mini in the Box.
Yeah, there's one called Mini in the Box. My mum and dad buy shit off there all
really?
the time, and it's like it's like just cheap Chinese knockoff shit, but it's not half bad. And so I'll tell you, it's a mile better than those fucking headphones they give you.
I guess it's like Wish then, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used Wish a little bit actually. I bought some
Mini in the Box.
What a fucking weird
Mini
name.
in the Box. What is Mini in the Box?
Maybe the guy who actually invented it, right? He has a micro penis. And what's happened is it was his girlfriend's birthday and he couldn't think of what to get her, so he's went and bought this beautiful box and cut a hole in the bottom and stuck his piece in there, and maybe that was her reaction. Oh, look how cute it is. It's a Mini in the Box.
Mini in the Box. Adorable.
I didn't say it like that, you racist fuck.
Oh, hey.
No,
everything's racist now, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But no, I've bought shit off Wish, man. I bought some fucking jogging headphones. You know, the ones that actually loop around your ear?
Yeah.
Because the cunts fall out of you.
Yeah.
Unless you wear these over-ear ones. But these are hell annoying. And to get over-ear ones that are Bluetooth is fucking, you might as well sell
these just flop around if you're jogging.
Well, yeah, and the Bluetooth versions are like $400 or $500.
Hey, you know what's actually easier than that? Don't jog.
I like jogging.
Don't do cardio.
I like it, though. But yeah, I bought these fucking headphones off Wish. They were $8, free shipping. They took like 3 weeks to get here. That's the only downside. But when I got them, put them on, I was like, these are going to be so shit. And they're fucking good. Yeah. They're better than the Skull Candy ones I bought from JB Hi-Fi for $80.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
it's
crazy.
Funny that, hey, they're just making these knockoff things that are fucking awesome.
I know.
The Chinese.
The SD card I bought for the GoPro, 128 gigs, $6.
Yeah.
You buy that in the store, it's like $100 here.
It's like
insane.
when you go to China and you walk through their city. It's like, oh, it's like a real city, but it's a cheap knockoff version.
Like how they have the fake Eiffel Tower and shit.
Yeah. I was walking through that Guangzhou when I was there, and I was like, fuck, it's a really modern looking city. It looks like I swear it's about twice the size of New York. It's fucking huge, this city. And it looks like really extravagant, all new buildings and everything. And you look a bit closer, it's made like shit.
You look a bit closer and it's just giant cardboard cutouts.
Held together with super glue.
People working the rice fields behind them.
Wasn't that, I saw a documentary years ago on North Korea. And that's basically what that Pyeongchang is. Oh no, sorry, Pyongyang. Yeah,
Pyongyang. I think
Pyongyang. Pyeongchang's South Korea.
Yeah. Are you talking about the hotel?
Well, no, just the whole main street is all nice, and then you go. The guy
is this from the interview?
No,
are you talking about the interview?
No.
Are you sure?
Hey, it's not the interview. No, I know because
the interview's not a documentary, you know.
I thought Owen Wilson did. No, it wasn't even Owen Wilson.
James Franco.
Oh, I was watching
damn it.
Oh, I was watching
Fucking
Shanghai Nights the other yesterday. I've been confused. Isn't Jackie Chan Kim Jong-un?
No, you fucking racist bitch. God damn it.
fuck?
God damn
I thought that they were the same guy.
I don't know how we can go on from this. My God.
I was just trying to connect the two.
Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights are fucking awesome though.
Oh yeah, they're so Jackie Chan's so funny, clown.
Yeah.
But there was an actual documentary. It came out well before the interview. But that's where they would have got it from, because the main street is extravagant and everything looks nice. And then this guy walked behind the houses and the buildings, and it was just all fucking shitty ass mud fields, and the buildings are decrepit. Because you look at that parade that old boy Kim Jong does all the time. He's got everything's just out of control, ridiculous, parading down the street, and this place actually looks awesome. And he's got these missiles that they're huge, probably cardboard cutouts.
That those fucking two things there. You can actually Google this if you wanted to see how crazy it is. There's fucking this. It's a famous hotel they built. It's like a giant, I guess it's like a cone. It's like
I've seen
teepee
it.
kind
It's
of thing.
never been occupied.
Yeah,
never even got finished.
It looks amazing from the outside, and then you can see inside photos. It's just concrete and exposed, beams, and no one's ever lived in it ever. And not only has no one ever lived in it, there was no intention of anyone to live in it because they never built walls. It's just all open. Like they just built it to look cool.
It's just a shell. They've never done the fit out.
Yeah, it's insane.
Weren't they trying to finish that?
I don't know, man. Because think about how much that would have cost just to get that far.
That is a strange country. It's intriguing. I've watched a few documentaries on it, on people that have gone inside. Did you see Trump and Kim Jong are actually meeting up?
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I saw that North Korea and South Korea are having a summit for the first time in 10 years or something.
Yeah, Trump and
Kim
Jong, they're meeting, and I saw it this afternoon. I saw one quick that he's stopped his nuclear program or something.
Oh, Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, that's good.
Paused
I guess.
it.
Yeah, that's good. I knew it was all saber rattling. They're just working.
They're probably going to meet and they just start fucking, and he's like, Donald, I've wanted you to fuck my mouth for so fucking long, and that's it, he fucks his mouth, and he's like, that's all I wanted. All you had to do is fuck my mouth.
It's an interesting way to go about getting someone to fuck your mouth, threatening them with nuclear Armageddon.
That's how.
Those parades they do. Have you seen where they drive with the car and it's got just like a huge cardboard cutout of Kim Jong Un's face on the back of a car? I forget if I feel like I've heard this somewhere. I definitely didn't come up with this. I heard this somewhere. But somebody said it's because in North Korea they don't have Instagram, so Kim Jong Un's like, well, I got to fucking get my pictures out there somewhere. So he puts it on the back of a car.
He's just throwing out cardboard lights. Like my page.
Yeah, the peasants are just throwing him love heart reacts, trying to get his selfies out there.
If they don't throw it, it's just instant death. Let's get their head cut off.
Well, people were getting sentenced to life in of hard labor for not crying hard enough when his dad died.
I saw that.
That's fucking insane, eh?
He probably hated his dad as well.
Yeah, well, apparently he did. I've watched, I've learned a little bit about him for the history shit I do, and he's trying to emulate his great grandfather who founded North Korea, who was much more of a people's man, allegedly. This is what the history textbooks say.
Sounds like a people's man. He created a real People's Republic of North Korea.
Well, I think he had the right intentions by the look of it. And there's lots of video of him compared to Kim Jong-il, compared to Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-il wouldn't shake hands with anyone. He wouldn't meet any peasants or anything, whereas Kim Jong-un actually, goes down and meets people, does all the weird shit with the babies. And
does he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, there's actual videos of it. And it's interesting to watch, and you kind of, as you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, you totally do get influenced by that Western narrative where they're like, oh, North Korea is so crazy, and I don't know, man.
Because they'd be like, hey Kim, hey, don't kill me, don't gun me down with an anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah, well, that's what we're supposed to believe, right? But I don't know. I don't know. After seeing that, I forget what it was. It was actually a documentary I watched on a thing called Canopy. It's like a university only. It's like YouTube for unis. They have all free documentaries and shit on there. And yeah, after watching that, I don't know. It's hard to tell because the Western media definitely has that narrative that like Kim Jong Un's this bad guy and he starves his people. And I'm not saying he fucking doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't.
I watched this. It was just a speech a guy gave. I think it was at a university, and he was a North Korean and he escaped North Korea. Took him years, and he was talking about the famine in the 90s they had. That was fucking hectic. I never realized. So he was saying that his dad died because they couldn't eat, so they could eat. Like his dad and mum both wasted away and died. And then him and his little brother were basically on the streets gabbing food out of bins. And then it just got to the point where there was no food in the country. You just couldn't eat because they obviously were cut off and there was no food anywhere. And you get put to death if you flee the country. So he somehow ended up escaping to China after years and then was in China for a bit and then escaped to the US. And he was like, I'm, thankful that he was able to make a new life for himself, which is crazy. I thought, I never really knew about that. This was a few years ago. I saw it a fair few years ago, but I never knew too much about it. But it was interesting to hear it from someone that went through it.
Yeah. It's one thing you have to remember though, like, nobody's defending communism at this point unless you're a crazy social justice warrior who wants...
Communism is a party, remember?
It's definitely fucking not. It's definitely not. Ask Stalin about how that went.
Hey, Stalin, how did it go?
It's bad.
I expect a reply on Facebook next week, Stalin. Thank you very much, cunt.
I'm wondering how many Russians actually died to starvation alone under communism.
Millions.
Not include. Oh yeah, a lot. Stalin holds the all-time record death toll. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's way more than Hitler.
Oh yeah,
Hitler did.
yeah.
Millions and millions more.
I can't remember whether it's Stalin or General Mao. But General Mao is the Chinese, well, I think he's Cambodian actually, is the Asian version of Stalin.
I'm pretty sure I looked it up a while ago, and it was Stalin holds. He's got the most kills.
I think he does. He's closely followed by Mao though. But those two are, I don't remember the exact numbers, but hundreds of millions, and Hitler's at like 8 or 9 million, including the military deaths. So yeah, Hitler's fucking child's play really compared to communism.
It's funny. Why does Hitler go? I mean, maybe because in the way he did it, and it was so public. It was like execution style.
It was so fast too.
Yeah.
Like I think he started getting power in like 1933, somewhere around there. But from when he actually took government and stuff, like he killed all those Jewish people, just. Yeah, so fast, and the way he did it too. Whereas like communism, a lot of it was starvation, and sickness, and freezing to death just because they didn't have basic amenities like running water and
they were sending
healthcare
people to Siberia by the million, weren't they? Just to die in the cold.
Yeah. Like a lot of it was murder, like that, sending someone to Siberia. You know what's going to happen; they're going to freeze to death. But a lot of it as well was just lack of basic services. Whereas Hitler was like, actually, the reason our country sucks is because Jews, and we need to send them to the gas chamber. So
it's pretty crazy.
It's just way more evil.
Yeah, that's the hard thing to comprehend. How he's just loading people in. He's like, quick, kill them. We got to get them killed. The maximum amount, the quickest way possible.
That's it. Like, which sadistic cunt was like, how can we kill people in a way that they don't freak out, so they're easy to handle, but also in large groups at a time? What if we make them shower, but instead of water,
we use
poison?
And they're like, go on, go on.
It's fucked up, eh? There's some pictures of because like when the war got bad for Germany, like when America came in, not saying that America came in and saved the day. Fuck you, history. That's such a load of shit. But when the war got bad for Germany, when everyone was pushing back, they were like taking down clock towers, melting bells. There was no iron in the country. They were out of iron to make bullets.
Germany.
Germany was, yeah. They were fucking out of
So they were
resources.
just fuck because the Russians closed in on them.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the main savior of the day was the Russians. But what I was getting at was, they're pulling, they're literally going to people's houses and taking the doorknobs off to make bullets. And one of the last resorts was they were pulling the bodies out of those showers and pulling their fillings out of their heads to melt bullets down. And there's pictures that you can Google of these fucking ginormous piles of teeth, just of Jewish internment camp. Like they've been killed and they've pulled their teeth out and they've just put them in a pile.
So they were making bullets out of gold.
Well, whatever the fuck it was, whatever their fillings were made out of.
Yeah.
That was racist. That was a secret little racist joke you just threw in there. You son of a bitch.
I wasn't talking about Jew gold.
Your fucking Italian heritage is starting to shine through. You son of a bitch. You fascist motherfucker.
Hey.
Yeah, that's hectic, man. Google it, it'll blow your fucking balls off.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Steven Spielberg movie about it? Schindler's List? Yeah.
Nah, I haven't actually watched that.
Most people get made to watch that in
Yeah,
English.
I remember hearing about it and I never got to watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great movie. Hell fucked up. But yeah, it's a good starting point. But yeah, Russia, man, that's where the real fucking heroes
I
were.
just thought that was just about a list of people that had shingles, just fucking ridden with shingles.
Shingles, not Schindler's.
Shingler's list. There's some cunt that's back's all fucked up and he's got a list of people that their backs are all fucked up with shingles.
It's way more innocent than the actual story.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. What a fucking dog cunt he was.
Oh, man.
Hitler, you're a dog cunt.
Oh, there's so many conspiracy theories that he's not dead, eh?
Yeah, just like Elvis and Tupac and... and they're probably all hanging out.
Some weird island.
Sucking each other's
fucking
dicks.
weird island. I can't imagine Hitler hanging out with Tupac.
Maybe Elvis is doing, like they've got an Elvis Tupac collab and Hitler's doing some beats behind it.
They're writing all the hit music of the day. Just Hitler, Tupac, and Elvis.
Pulling the strings. Oh, absolute wankers, oh.
Wankers.
So what's been going on with you anyway? How's your uni going? Hell fun?
Oh, man. Hey, actually, do you want to know how many pages I read yesterday?
How many?
385.
No, you didn't.
How many of those pages were actually interesting and that I remember?
I'm gonna think minus 385.
Close.
So you need to read 385 interesting pages to level it out before you can even start from zero again.
What exactly is an interesting page? Like the story section
porn
of
beer, pictures of beer or porn.
the story section where people write in of like the Hustler magazine or something. Yeah. And it's just made up bullshit about someone getting caught fucking someone else's wife or I read it for the stories, man. No, yeah, fucking it was all for one of my units too. It's so AIDS. So I do 4 units and 385 pages for one unit.
Yeah.
It hurt. It was all about Italians too. That was the worst part.
Fuck you.
It was complete, like 100% about Italians. All about the Renaissance.
Fuck Italians, eh?
Actually, I've got an interesting thing to tell you about your own people. Since we were talking about Hitler.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. In 1500, did you know that the Pope, the Italian Pope, I forget which one it was, because they're all cunts and they all rape kids, so they're all the same.
I agree.
The Italian Pope in 1500 basically was Hitler.
Was he?
He made Jewish people wear badges so that people knew they were Jews. He made them all live in a certain area in Italy. I'm pretty sure this is in Florence. They weren't allowed to get certain jobs. They could only do like like low level shit, like I don't know what they had back then, cleaner, street sweeper, chimney boy. They weren't allowed access to doctors. They couldn't go to school. a Jew who could read was considered heretic. And in those days, if you were a heretic, you were hung and then burned to death.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ah.
your fucking people started this.
All
The truth
in the
is
meantime,
coming
they're
out.
just yeah. All
No,
in the meantime, they're just fiddling with kids.
I was surprised to learn that. It's it's 440 years almost before Hitler. Yeah, it was already happening. Because you hear about it all the time. Oh,
Maybe
the
Hitler
Jewish
was the
people have
Pope.
always been prosecuted. Maybe
Being prostituted.
maybe that's what happened. Maybe he didn't die. He just fucking bounced off to the Vatican and just hung out for a bit.
Hung out, sucked a couple other priests' dicks, just sucking on that priest dick, hanging out with altar boys.
I was gonna say, there's so many conspiracies about Hitler not being dead because when he shot himself, he made his general. Wasn't Himmler? Was the other famous one?
I love his name was Himmler.
Yeah, there's another one.
He's like, that's actually Hitler. There's a guy alive today called Himmler, and he's like, I'm not Hitler. He still has that little moustache.
he just shaved his mustache and no one recognized him.
Oh, you're a new man.
Yeah, well, he ordered his general to, because Hitler was married to his cousin. A lot of people don't know that.
That's fucking hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
How do you hook that shit up?
Well, you just got to go to your uncle and be like, look, if I suck your dick, can she suck my dick? That's how it used to work, right? I'll give you 3 goats.
Then your uncle's like, $10. You can suck my dick for $10.
Hey, give me that nice woolly sheep. You got a deal. That used to work, right? A couple dowries will be fine. And so he shoots himself. Apparently, he shot his wife, his cousin, and then shot himself. I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
Who found out about this? They just find them all dead in a pile on each other's dicks. Well, guns in hand.
Well, they arrested the guy who. So he shot his wife, his cousin, shot himself, not his cousin, because he's himself, and then he ordered his general to burn their bodies. So the general didn't kill himself; they actually caught him, and he said what had happened. But that's where the conspiracy theories come from, that Hitler's not dead, is, they couldn't identify his body. It was too burnt. And
but, like, if you're that much of a cunt, why would you kill yourself? Like, if you're going that far, why would you care about killing yourself?
Don't know. Hey, there's a lot of theories that Hitler was a meth addict.
Yeah. He looked like one. He had the cheekbones for it.
He wasn't that skinny,
He
though.
looked like he was from Kalgoorlie, Western Australia.
What are you trying to say? What are you implying?
He's from Kalgoorlie, Western Australia, for sure. You shave that beard off, you look like a cracky.
Wouldn't mind losing some weight, actually. Go back to Cal for a few weeks, come back
Looking like Gollum.
All my hair's falling out. Got no fingernails anymore.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, that's it, man. Balls deep in that. And I was actually reading today, for a different course, this archaeology thing, about, I have to read like excerpts from old anthropology and archaeology textbooks. And I was reading one today. This guy, this English dude, I can't think of his name now. He came over from England in 1920 something, and he published the book in 1935, and it became like the go-to textbook for European universities. And there's a passage in there where he literally says, the only thing missing from an Aboriginal woman is a tail, and she'd be indistinguishable from a monkey.
That's fucking hectic, guys.
It's Jesus, man. And I guess the point of making us read that is to like show how archaeology can be used for really bad shit if you let it go. And because that whole thing is like, people always say shit like, oh, Aborigines didn't invent the wheel. Like, politicians have actually said that on TV. John Howard said it on TV, that Aborigines didn't invent the wheel, so they're an uncivilized race of people and blah, blah, blah. And the whole idea that you start at a certain point and then you invent this and then you invent that, and the closer you get to European civilization is the whole idea is like, I don't even know. It's like some kind of weird racism where they used it to justify coming in and taking over land from people. You know, they did it in
Yeah.
America too, and Asia and everywhere. Even in Europe, they did it to the German tribes.
Well, it's using or using or saying that someone's inferior or their culture's inferior or they're an inferior being
Yeah.
to you, and then using that as a reason.
Yeah, and like looking back on it, you're like, you put European culture right at the top. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious
Hey.
what you were doing there.
Pretty good though. It's pretty good
Not bad,
culture.
it's pretty good. I give it a.
They made some good food.
They did make some good food, although hot food is typically South American. So
What do you mean hot food?
like chilies and shit, that's South
yeah.
American. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
but
It's native.
South
It's
Ameri-
native to South America. Like
South
the actual chili.
Americans are
Dude,
well,
South American food is
Spain.
epic.
most of them came from Spain.
What? Spain's in Europe.
I know. Well, why do you think they speak Spanish?
Yeah, Portuguese mostly.
Well, no, Portuguese is Brazil. The rest speak Spanish.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, duh. Mexico. Yeah.
That's why.
yeah.
But that's why they're hot food. Because Spain and Italy, all the
I'm
hot
pretty
food.
certain, man. The chili. Maybe I'm thinking of the peri peri chili specifically. I always thought the chili was native to South America. Eh?
Chili plant.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Man, that reminds me.
You know-
Actually, somebody asked me a good question the other day. Why do people not grow cocaine in Australia?
Yeah. Well, apparently the coca leaf only grows either at a certain altitude.
Yeah, see,
And it's in South America.
I've heard that before, but I was like, oh, that's just drunk bro science.
No, well,
Surely-
that's apparent.
Surely you can get it to grow.
'Cause
But
they
yeah,
would,
it's true.
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I read this big long Vice
Hey.
article about it.
What do you think would be on my balcony? What do you think? There'd be forests here. I'm not saying you should do cocaine, but you should. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, but it is. I mean, after a couple beers, someone rips out the cocaine.
Yeah, apparently it's like super hard to monetize it as well. Like if you grow like 10 plants, the whole year's worth is like a couple grams. It's like really
Yeah,
hard
well,
to extract it. You need like a forest of the shit, basically.
Well, they were making apparently a lot of the South. I don't know what countries it was, but they're making the people that are growing those crops. I don't know. I think a lot of it's grown in Peru, places like that. But they're making a lot of those Colombia. Yeah, a lot of those people. They'll replace their whole fields with corn or some other thing that they can grow, because apparently they grow that for money. So they're getting these farmers to destroy them, and they're paying them money and replacing their crops and giving them other ways to make money. It's like, hey, don't. What are you doing?
I actually have a conspiracy theory about that, which isn't a conspiracy theory, but you're going to hear it and you're going to think it is, but this is actual documented fact.
Mm.
So, back like I forget how long, this is a while ago, in the 40s, I think, not that long. America used to get pretty much all its corn from South America, which was a problem for American farmers, right? And particularly companies like Monsanto or whatever, because Monsanto want people to buy their corn because their corn's better, it has better yield, etc. And the problem with Mexican corn was that, say 100,000 acres, you would get X amount, whereas on the same land with, say, Monsanto seeds, you would get 5 times that. So the problem was Monsanto corn wouldn't actually grow without fertilizer, whereas Mexican corn would. Now, what happened is the American government came in and said they struck some kind of deal where it was Mexican farmers will only grow American corn and we'll do whatever. I forget what it was. So they struck this weird deal. And then, so Mexican farmers start growing Monsanto corn. They start buying the fertilizer. And for about 10 or 15 years, this is fucking great. We've got to pay, an extra $20,000 a year for the fertilizer, but we're getting 10 times the amount of corn, so we're making a shitload more money. This is awesome. cut to 20 years ahead, the fertilizer has completely stripped all nutrients from the soil,
Yeah.
and whole parts of Mexico cannot grow a single fucking thing on them anymore. So
they fucked them over.
they fucked Mexico up, man. Or like a huge percent of their farmers, like upwards of 80%, can no longer use their land to grow food on.
Really?
And then
There's no
America's
way
like, we have
replanting
fucking
it.
trouble with Mexicans skipping our border looking for jobs. Yeah, it's your own fucking fault, man.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
they're all farmers.
Yeah, like a huge percentage of the Mexican population was farmers. And yeah,
Yeah.
this Monsanto corn, not the corn itself, just the need for the chemical fertilizer completely fucked the soil. And yeah, it's I mean, this like came to a head in like the 60s or 70s, and it's still a problem. The soil's still fucked.
Fucking hell.
Conspiracy theory. Got my
Yeah.
tinfoil hat on today.
Yeah. Bubble wrap.
that one's legit though. So yeah.
Tinfoil hats are a great look though, I think. Trendy.
Every time someone says tinfoil hat, the X-Files theme just plays in my head.
Du-du-du-du.
Ooh, wee, 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 wee. The latest series of that is awesome.
I
actually.
haven't watched it yet, hey.
I've only seen the first 3, but that was sick.
Oh, you know what I watched last night was that Baby Driver movie. Have you watched it? It's
Isn't that a kids movie?
Nah.
Oh,
Well, kids are watching some pretty violent shit these days. No,
true.
it's a good. I liked it. Like Laura walked off because she thought it was boring. I thought it was pretty cool. Like,
It's an action movie or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Weird
got
name for an action movie, eh?
yeah, because the guy like the kid's a driver. He's a young kid and he drives for the they do robberies and stuff.
Oh,
And they call
okay.
him Baby. That's his alias or whatever.
Ah, I see.
It's a cool movie. I liked it.
I think in my brain I've just completely confused Baby Driver with Boss Baby. That'll happen. I was
Yeah.
watching the other day, speaking of watching shit on TV, this fucking documentary about this Australian guy. Might be the dumbest cunt of all time. I don't know. If there's an award for that, this guy would fucking win it. He fucking loses his job. This is in the 80s, so it's a different time back then. People were way stupider, I feel like. Way more gullible to
Yeah, well, he's seen the clothes they wore. Hey, people used to have permed hair. Women used to perm. Actually, dudes used to perm their
dudes,
hair too.
yeah.
I remember my dad saying he'd perm his fucking hair. I was like, Dad, that's disgraceful.
Surprised you were able to have kids after you permed your hair. Surprised your testosterone didn't just fall out your asshole. Yeah, this fucking dude. So he loses his job. He's hell desperate, and this fucking guy comes into the bar. He's drinking. He's hell upset, and he's asking, around if anybody, because that's what he did back then. You ask around at bars because lots of people come there. And this bloke's like, "Oh, I'll give you a job, man. Would you be interested in traveling to Argentina for work?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome." Never been there. It's the 80s. There's no internet. He probably didn't even know where the fuck Argentina was. And he's like, all right, cool, takes his number. 2 weeks later, he rings him. He's like, "Are you still interested in going to Argentina?" He's like, "Yeah, man, definitely." So meets him back at the bar, and the guy's like, "I've got a job for you. All you have to do is fly to Argentina, pick up 2 suitcases. It's got gold in it. And then bring it back." And he's like, 2 suitcases of gold. He's like, "Fuck, that sounds hectic, sounds a bit weird, but all right, yeah." And he's like, "Do you have the right documents? Is it all cleared?" And this dude's a hell smooth talker. He's like, "Yeah, everything's fine. It's all sorted out with the government. I've got a lawyer look over. It's all good. Just need someone to go and pick it up." He's all right, cool. So he flies to Argentina. He gets there. He's in this hotel, and the guy rings him. He says, "My mate's coming to drop off the suitcases." So dude comes up and drops off these fucking suitcases. He opens them up to see what's inside them, and they're empty. And he's like, "What the fuck? Where's the gold?" And this fucking dude's like, "Oh, it's inside the suitcase, like in the walls of the suitcase. So if anybody stops you and opens it up, they won't see the gold, and then they won't try and kill you to take the gold because it's worth a lot of money." And this fucking idiot doesn't even, there's no red flags going off in his mind at all at this point. Completely.
Didn't think that maybe it would have beeped when he put it through the metal detector.
Just completely nothing, eh? Just stone faced the whole time. He's like, oh yeah, cool. Hey man, pick the suitcase up. Is it heavy? No. All right. There's no gold in there. Anyway, he fucking takes it, puts him through customs. He said he was like, oh, I was a little bit worried just because of the price of the gold. I knew it was worth a lot of money. So I was a little bit nervous that, Anyway.
That white gold.
Yeah, well, that he has got no fucking idea at this point. Gets back to Sydney, picks his bags up, all good, walks off the plane, meets the dude. Dude chucks the suitcase in his bag in this other car, and the car speeds off, and he's like, oh, thanks, man, you've done a great job. And then dude goes to get paid because he offered him 10, 15 grand, something like that, which back then is, it's probably closer to 50 these days. And he's like, oh, I can't pay you. I got to wait for the gold to get processed. This is where you would think, well, surely red flags be going off sooner, but he's like, I got to wait for the gold to get processed before I can pay you. And then I got to pay everyone else involved, and I'll get back to you. In the meanwhile, stay at my apartment. So he goes and waits at this apartment. 2 weeks later, he hasn't been paid. The dude comes back and he's like, all right, I can't pay you. The gold wasn't pure enough. It wasn't worth as much money as I thought. So what I need you to do is do one more job for me in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get back, this gold, I'll pay you first. So he's like, well, fuck. He's like, I'm homeless. I got no job. And if I go over there, at least when I get back, I'll have this gold and I can be like, you're not getting your fucking gold until I, see my money. So he's like, what else am I going to do? Because this guy's a dumb cunt. He has no fucking idea. So he's like, oh, all right, fine. So he flies to Brazil.
Oh, what the fuck?
Flies to fucking Brazil. He lands, gets picked up by this dude. He's in this hotel and he's like, oh yeah, it was way different to Argentina. It felt hell dangerous there. So I decided to stay in my hotel. This dude brings up, same thing. Different dude brings up suitcases. He opens them and they're empty. And he's like, yep, cool. It's all good. Starts putting his clothes in these suitcases, and the other guy starts laughing. And he's like, oh, what is it, mate? And he's like, do you know what you're carrying? This guy from Brazil is like, do you know what you're carrying? And he goes, yeah, mate, it's gold. It's worth fucking heaps. Don't worry, I've done it before. This is my second time. Guy starts laughing. He's like, it's cocaine, you fucking idiot. And this guy, because they interview the guy, and he's like, I had no clue up until that point.
Fucking hell. Dumbest cunt of the century.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
And what happened? He didn't take that.
Well, the guy who bought the suitcases to him this time gave him $3,000 and said, what you're going to do is get on a plane from Brazil back up to Argentina and then fly out from Argentina into Sydney, because Brazilian flights are, they target them because Brazil's sketchy. So he's like, all right, no worries. So he flies. No, sorry, he's got tickets to Argentina and the $3,000 to buy the flight from Argentina to Sydney. Yeah, anyway. So he flies to Argentina and then he gets off, and then the guy back in Sydney who sent him on this wild goose chase is like, hey man, I know you weren't keen on this, so I sent a guy from New Zealand. He's going to come to your hotel. He's going to pick the bags up. He's got your money. So just swap the money with the bags and I'll see you when you get back. He's like, cool, beauty. I don't have to smuggle these fucking drugs because this dude's freaking out now. This New Zealand guy shows up and the Aussie guy's like, do you know what's in these? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you know it's cocaine, right? And then the New Zealand dude's like, yeah, bitch, I've been doing this for like 5 years, all right? I know what I'm doing. Fuck off. And then New Zealand guy gets on the phone. He's like, oh, look, man, I know you've got $3,000. The guy back in Sydney said you've got to use it to buy a ticket for me to get back to Sydney, and he'll send you more money at a later date.
Fucking hell. This guy's
this guy does it. He does it. He buys a first class ticket for this Kiwi dude back to Sydney. Costs him $2,800. So he's got $200 in his pocket. And he walks out of the flight center and he's walking back to his hotel, and Argentina cops fucking grab the cunt. And they take him into the thing and they're like, here's photos of you getting off the plane in Sydney. Here's photos of you getting back on the plane in Sydney. So they've been watching him since the first time he left.
Oh.
Yeah, so he ended up doing 10 years in an Argentina prison because he's a fucking moron.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, sorry, I think he got sentenced to 10 and he did 5.5. Yeah.
Was he the moron of the 20th century? Like,
we talk about wank of the week. Fucking Jesus, eh? Just this, I was like, 2 minutes into it, I was like, red flags, and it just kept going and going, and he never realized
Imagine it sitting
until
there.
that guy said, "Oh, there's cocaine in those suitcases." He had no idea.
Imagine sitting there for 10 years too in a shitty, like those prisons would be. Fuck.
Oh man, they showed like pictures of him and shit. Yeah, it was hectic. It's so tiny.
Have you watched that Banged Up Abroad show?
Nah, I haven't.
Man, that show's wicked. It's just like stories like that, people that have just it's always drug smuggling, and it's always South America. They're always smuggling some drugs, and they get fucked over. But the places they have to spend, some of them, like same thing, get locked up for 10, 20 years in the worst prisons, like Venezuela and just terrible places.
Yeah, that's fucking. This guy I was talking about, he said the first day he was there, someone tried to stab him.
Oh.
Like he thought it was. He was like, oh, I had it in my mind that I was either going to get stabbed or beaten up or raped. And he was like, yeah, the first day someone tried to shank me.
Fuck.
Unreal, eh?
Yeah.
And he was like, I had no communication with my family the whole time. No lawyer. Like you just showed up in court and they sentenced you. He was like, I didn't get to say anything. There was no fucking lawyers on each side. They just were like, yeah, you're guilty, can't see you later. And then,
Fucking hell.
yeah, 5.5 years. He's thinking he's going to be there for another 5 years. And the guard was like, tapped on his cell and he was like, pack your shit up, you're finished.
Really?
And that was it. He was like, I couldn't believe it, eh? Yeah, unreal.
Fuck. 5 years though inside is a long fucking time, eh?
Man, the pictures of the cell they showed was just horrific, eh? Like, I mean, it's maybe 3 meters by 3 meters tops. It's so tiny. Like the toilet is touching the bed. That's
so
how
they would have
tiny it is.
been the Argentinian government would have been in cahoots with the Australian government and the
Yeah, it was
Brazilian government, so they all would have been. But he
and
would have been
the New Zealand government. Yeah.
our fucking Devo.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on a second. Did the New Zealand guy set him up?
No. He got fucked up too. When he landed back in Sydney, they swooped on him.
So he got the fucking best deal. They get locked up in Australia.
Yeah, I think they extradited him back to New Zealand.
But
actually.
still,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
get locked up in New Zealand or Australia
For
compared to Argentina, just
Yeah.
rotting in some rat-infested shit tip.
Oh man, he was like, he said the heat was the worst thing. Like he got used to like the constant threat of death, and he was like, at times I actually wanted to die, but he reckoned the heat was the worst thing. Eh?
Yeah, because that's weird. Because Argentina's quite far south.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
If you look at it on the map, well, it's quite a long country, I suppose. It
Mm.
depends where he was locked up, but if
Yeah,
you
actually,
look
that
at
makes sense because he said the first few nights he was there waiting to go to trial, it was like ridiculously cold.
yeah,
but
it
then-
snows there.
Yeah, and then but afterwards he said, yeah, that's what killed him the most was the heat.
Yeah, it's lower than Australia.
Is it?
It's the closest to Antarctica. If you actually look on the map,
Oh yeah, it is.
well, the tip's like really close to Antarctica.
Mm.
So
I always think it's up the top, like near Colombia. I don't know why.
well, it's Chile and Argentina. I actually
long
have
strip
a
down the left
family
side,
member in
the left
Argentina.
side. Do you really?
Yeah, which is distant. He's my granddad's brother. My nonno's brother. He
Nonno.
lives in Argentina, and I think some of our family came out to Australia, and then he went to Argentina, and so he's got family there.
Yeah, right.
Which,
Interesting.
yeah, I
Weird,
mean, Argentina or Australia.
well, to be fair, back in those days, who knows, Argentina or Australia? They're both probably shit tips.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause how long ago was that? That would have been like
No,
60s
that was
or
only
something.
70s, I think, early 70s.
But even back then, like Australia was fucking not. Well, probably by the 60s it was doing pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, by the sounds of it.
Well, yeah. I need to piss out my balls.
I need,
Pee is stored in the balls.
and
right?
we can also get one of those.
Give it away.
Okay.
Somebody might steal them
Okay.
while we're gone.
Alright.
So I need to empty the pee out of my balls because that's where pee is stored, in the balls, and we'll be right back.
Right, let's have a quick wank. Oh, we're back anyway. So, what do you reckon of that beer?
Pretty fucking good actually. It's got a bit of bitterness to it, which is nice. Balances out the hop flavor. My only problem with this beer is it smells better than it tastes. Although it does taste really good. I'm not hating. My main problem is that these fuckers are $35 for
Yeah,
a 4-pack.
I knew you were going to say that because that's what I was thinking. Because I'm going to have this last sip and tell you what I think.
So in comparison, you can buy a 4-pack of rock juice, which is smaller cans, but it's really limited for $30 from a certain place.
We're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
'Cause we want to get them.
Yeah, so $34 for a... What is this, a pale ale?
I don't know.
It
Like,
doesn't actually say. I would say it's a pale ale. It tastes like a pale ale.
I would say, like, it tastes to me like that in the IPL. It tastes like an IPL to me.
I'm not sure I've had an IPL, to be honest.
Yeah, you know those beer farm ones?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's
right,
what it tastes to me. And to be honest, I reckon this is fucking nice. I really enjoyed it.
This is delicious, but if you were looking to buy a 4-pack of the
Yeah,
beer
that's-
farm or this, that's the problem. The beer farm's $22 for 4.
Yeah, well,
This
that's
is 34.
That's the thing. Is
Yeah.
they're probably on par. Like, that's a really nice beer. I love the Beer Farm IPL. I think they're about on par with each other.
This one's
that-
$12 more for a 4-pack.
Yeah,
so,
it's
know,
not worth it.
hard.
But that
It is
brand,
good,
man,
though.
what are they called?
Modus operandi.
Modus. They're always so expensive. All their beers,
Yeah,
are
all of
fucking
them,
retarded.
Yeah.
Like, you got to you got to release some ridiculous beers if you're gonna be up there.
I wonder if it's just because, like, well, actually, that's a bad comparison because Hop Nation. I was going to say because this is made in New South Wales, so it's probably a mission to get it over here. Because I know
they're made in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Made in Victoria, but I know a lot of these companies will only ship their beer in cooled trucks, which costs a shitload. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if the beer farm IPL is $34 in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And they're having the
Yeah,
same
that's
conversation.
Yeah.
Look, the Modus is pretty good, but it's way cheaper than the beer farm.
Yeah, maybe. But we have a couple.
Speaking of Hop Nation,
You're welcome.
It's-
You're welcome, Zane.
it's Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Return
doing
of
it
the
again.
Jedi. Doing it again.
Another little shipment came in, and we managed to snavel up a few more. So
I hate how they trickle us. They keep giving us the tip, but there's never enough to really satisfy you.
just let me buy a fucking carton,
Oh man,
half a carton.
just something. Just be able to. Just not like I was just saying.
I've been waiting for days for this.
I know you've done well. I was just saying, Main Liquor. They only got 2 cartons of this. So when you went in there, you could only buy 1 can per person.
2 cartons. Fuck
Yeah.
hell.
Yep. So it's a honey dick. It's the ultimate honey dick.
Oh man. Oh, that's why I forgot how good it was.
Is it better than the rock juice? Because it's the same type of beer.
Well, it's hard to. Well, the rock juice is way stronger. Oh, that's 7%.
Is it
7.1. Fuck.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
7 to 9 is a big jump.
The rock juice is definitely fruitier.
Yeah. Let me try.
In
it.
my
It's been a
opinion.
while. Ooh, this smells more like pineapple juice, I reckon.
Oh, that's so fucking good though. Hop Nation and Rocky Ridge, in my opinion, they're the 2 breweries that can do no wrong by me. Yum. Mm-hmm.
Boy. Yeah, that's fucking good. God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah,
I wish all beers were that good.
I know.
My mum tagged me in something yesterday. She was like, they're doing $3.50 pints in, where is it? Subiaco. And I was like, yeah, cool. Went to their website. It's not even a beer. It's,
Yeah, it's
yeah, well, it's one of those.
big cup of fucking AIDS.
Well, it's an Australian beer, but the company who makes it won't let them market it because they're like, oh, we feel like you selling 350 pints devalues our beer. So it's one of the Australian beers. I'm assuming it's like a VB or a Carlton Dry or something.
They've got $3 pints down in Northbridge at a small bar. I can't remember the name of it. Forgotten it.
Not Harry something.
No, but they got Albie.
Oh, yeah, that's dog shit though.
For $3. Yeah.
that's
Wow.
fair. For $3, yeah. They actually do at Petition they do $1.50, 150ml tasters.
Yeah.
Now, listen, hear me out here. 150 mils
It's a shot.
isn't much, but how much is in a pint? 525, 555, something like that.
Yeah.
So if you get 350ml tasters
Yeah. That's.
for $1.50, $4.50 for a pint.
Oh.
See what I'm getting at?
We should fucking do that.
I wonder.
Go down there and clean them out. Be like, hey, line up 200 of those fucking tasters.
It was hell funny that it was like a 7 News segment, and it was hell funny. They had all the pubs in Subiaco doing the other beers that the whatever they were, Carlton Dry and stuff, and they interviewed all the owners, and they're all like middle-aged white men, older gentlemen. And then they got to the dude at Petition. He's like the most classic looking fucking craft beer hipster of all time. The dude with the really long beard and the gold big glasses and
fucking
the
dude
he had
that owns it.
He had a blue button-up shirt with pineapples on it. Like, he's a hell nice guy, but it was just like, man, it's so stereotypical. Like. That dude's beard is on point though. Fucking Gimli beard. Yeah, no. Speaking of beer, Rocky Ridge are doing I don't actually know if I should tell you fucks. No, I'll tell you. All right. They're doing a day where you pay to go. It's a flat rate. You got to pay.
Hey, don't tell them.
Maybe we should just keep. Nah, we'll tell them. All right. So it's a flat rate. I don't actually know how much it is yet, but you pay and then you get like, cocktail food in the morning and then you get lunch. But the whole time you can Petition are like changing their taps to Rocky Ridge's beers, and I think there's 8 or 9 all up.
I am so keen.
I know, I'm so keen too. They all their beers have like code names though, so like the Peach Invasion, which I would kill for another can of. They have a version called Not So Peachy, and Dr. Wheaties is, like they have all the standard beers, but they all have code names. So I'm not sure what to go is there. Maybe they're trying different recipes.
They're cunts.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what it is, but they better not fuck the beers up. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think they can.
That's on the 25th of March, so I'm pretty keen.
Hey, Rocky Ridge, if you didn't notice, we're fucking obsessed with your beers. If you didn't notice.
Sponsor our fucking podcast.
Hey, fucking sponsor us. Or should we do some current events?
Current events with a couple of cunts.
Cunt events?
Yeah, do it. I don't actually have any.
You fucking dog cunt.
I just opened my diary like I had something.
What do you got in
there?
Lay something out for us.
Well, I've written here, the Black Plague equals black people is a plague on Europe. I'm not sure how that.
Sir, I am offended.
Is that not okay anymore?
No, I think
Can't write anymore.
I don't know. Can you? Is that from your history book or is that
it's from
your diary?
It's from a history book. There's
Hitler.
No
worries.
I was learning about the Black Plague, and there's a few hundred years before the Black Plague, there was a reference to the Cape of New Hope in South Africa having a Black Plague. Of course,
it came from South Africa.
Where they referred to the black people as a Black Plague.
Of course, it did.
No. Quickly, the Black Plague. I always thought it was like you got the Black Plague and then you died a few months later horribly. Depending on which type you got, if you got the bubonic, which I think is the blood one, you would die 2-3 days later.
Oh, good.
But if you got the lung one, you got 12 hours.
Really?
Yeah, from the time that you came into contact with the disease to death, you had about 12 hours.
And it was certain death.
there was no cure. There still is no cure because they don't actually know what it was.
Some hideous bacteria.
Yeah. And everyone was like, it's fucking rats. That's the classic theory is fucking rats, but it was actually fleas. Fleas got on the rats.
Hitler's like, it's the Jews. And
It's
they're
the
like,
Jews.
it's not even.
It's the Jew-bonic plague. Can't believe you've said that.
Bubonic
I
plague.
can't believe you've said that. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. 12 fucking hours, man. Imagine someone
You
sneezing
rewrite
on
that
you.
back in the history book. So.
I'll drop that in.
Hitler completely said that. Yeah.
I've got to write an essay about the bubonic plague, so I'll drop that in and I'll just say, oh, sorry, it was a spelling
No,
mistake.
just see if they're like, oh, yeah, no, that happened.
Yeah, just imagine that, man. You catch it, you get on a plane, you fly to somewhere. As you're getting off, some kid sneezes on you, and then 12 hours later, you're dead. Like, that's the modern equivalent.
Yeah. Thanks, kid.
Ugh.
Fuckhead. Fucking piece of shit.
There's a fucking Russian historian who's like written this crazy book. He's gone through like hundreds of years of like fucking, documents about travel and trade and stuff. And he reckons it's anthrax. He reckons that's what it was, anthrax.
Really?
Yeah, because they called it the Black Plague because of the black necrotic pustules you would get on you. It's essentially like rings of dead flesh, which is what anthrax does. It causes necrosis. So yeah, he's pretty. This guy's pretty convincing, and his book is pretty convincing that it was anthrax. So pretty cool.
Fuck.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah.
All
Anyway,
right.
current events.
Current events. Fucking hell, there's like a million people ringing me. Hey.
Can a brother do a podcast? Brother Josh. I forgot. Hey, Brother Josh.
Brother Josh.
Is that what people used to call
Brother
you?
Zane.
Brother Josh.
Hey, Brother Zane.
Hey, Brother Josh. Is that what they called you?
Oh, thank you, brother.
Back in the Joho days?
No.
Never called you Brother Josh.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I'll try and shut that out of my mind.
I'm going to start calling
that
you
part
Brother
when
Josh.
I was just sitting on the other brother's dick, What was it in that video? He's like, when a brother is sitting on another brother's dick.
He didn't exactly say that, but he essentially said that.
And he's just
if a brother sits on another brother's lap and his penis gets erect, or if a brother masturbates while another brother watches him.
So, what are we talking about here? You guys recounting your personal stories here?
Just listing off your fantasies, or what's going on?
He's like, if a brother, oh fuck, he's just jerking off while he's.
If a brother,
oh fuck, oh shit. Oh shit.
We're back. All right. So if a brother,
while we're on, I had one about Russians actually.
Fucking Russians.
Russians again. So, I keep burping.
Stop.
So they found a bag of hands in Russia, like a massive bag of fucking severed hands.
Holy shit.
Just in Russia, and they don't know where they're from. They don't know why.
Where did they find it?
Just in a field or something.
Fucking Jesus.
And they're like,
So somebody's put that there knowing someone's going to fucking find it, right?
Yeah.
Which is...
I'll show you.
Which is even more...
I'll show you a picture.
I was thinking you were going to say they found it in the ocean. They've stashed it. No one's going to find it.
Well, Russia's a pretty vast... 54 severed hands.
Okay, so that's... What is that? 26 people, tops. Possibly 54. Fucking Jesus. Wait, let me see that.
Just shrunken, severed hands. A shitload of them. Only in Russia, too. Anytime something fucking weird that happens like that, it's always Russia.
Man, I was going to say...
What are you doing?
I was going to say...
Not allowed to play in the Olympics. Severing people. Probably the hockey team that lost. They fucking severed all their hands.
I was going to say, man, like, if you find a bag of hands, right, and they're all fresh hands, you're going to freak out. Because it's like, you've just gone around and cut off 54 fucking hands in the last few days. But if you find a bag of hands and there's a couple fresh ones, a couple dried out ones, you're like, well, this guy's been doing it for a while.
He's obviously got some
obviously it's still
hand
fucked up, but it's not like a rampage dismemberment. But, you just can't tell up there because it's so cold. They could be 5 years old. They could be 40 years old.
They could be dinosaur hands. They could be from the permafrost.
Well, probably not dinosaur hands.
Hey, they're from the
maybe
permafrost.
maybe they're T-Rex. T-Rex. They're not actually hands. They're T-Rex arms. They're the full length T-Rex arms.
T-Rex dicks. Maybe they jerked a T-Rex off with those hands. They're from the permafrost.
Definitely not with those tiny fucking hands.
But you reckon T-Rex would be hung?
Oh, dude, come on. Well, actually, birds don't have notoriously large penises, do they?
No. If a T-Rex had a dick that was 5 meters long, would you suck it for $10?
For $10, would you do 15?
It'd have to be a little more than that, sir.
All right. Well, okay, but right. How much would it take to suck a dick? Not even T-Rex's dick, because realistically, it won't fit in your mouth. How much are we talking?
It'd have to be enough. It'd have to be enough for me to never work again.
So,
how much is
what?
that?
What do you make? Like 12 florences an hour, something like that.
What's a florence?
You fucking idiot. Florins. It's like it's the Italian currency. You can't.
What? It was lira.
No, it used to be florenses.
No, it was lira.
Nah.
Yeah.
Florence. Florence was like the.
I know what florence.
Yeah. They used to call them florenses. I thought it was still florenses.
No, it was lira, and then it was the euro.
Oh, maybe I'm talking a while ago. I'm talking about the Renaissance. I've been learning about the Renaissance. So, all right. So, one dick, $1 million.
Okay. What? $1 million?
$1 million.
Oh,
You got, but like not just
$1 million isn't really enough to.
Let me finish the contract here. You don't just have to suck it. You're not like, and then you're done. You gotta
cup the balls.
You gotta.
The balls got to be cupped.
You see those chicks where they twist their both hands.
And they get that thick spit going on the.
Yeah, and you got to swallow the whole. Like, not just swallow it, but you got to deep throat that bitch while he's coming. He's coming down the back of your throat.
Definitely have to be a little more than $1 million. Maybe it'd have to be at least 10 million, so I can never work it.
You're an expensive bitch, you know.
Hey, I pride myself on my prostitution. How much are you gonna?
Well, I'm just saying, you know, if there was a legitimate offer, I'd consider.
Okay.
I consider all applicants.
$3,000.
Well, that's a little bit low. Maybe.
Hey, you're a uni student.
All right. Well, actually,
I'm talking about uni student Zane Blunt.
All right, so $3,000 is probably like $50,000 in uni student money. So, you know what? I'd think about it. All right, yeah, I'd do it. I need to go to Armidale. Flights are about that much. It'd help me out. I'd do it. Maybe go a little lower.
You're like, how'd you get to Armidale? Suck some homeless guy's dick.
No,
has to be a homeless guy too.
They'd all laugh. They'd all laugh. They'd be like, "Oh, you're so funny. Make a joke." No, I actually did.
Yeah, it has to be.
I consider all offers. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So if anyone needs their dick sucked and is willing to pay, Zane Blunt, I'm a little more expensive. If you want me to suck your dick, it's going to cost you a little bit more. It needs to be. Hey, make it worth my while.
Well,
make it worth my while.
Maybe I'd go lower. I don't know. Just have to be the right offer. You know what I'm saying? Have to be the right dick. You know
don't like that.
Maybe I'll suck a dick for $1,000. I don't know.
Look, maybe you just take one look at a dick and you're like, "Fuck, that's a really nice dick. I'm gonna suck it."
Maybe you know what I'm saying.
Maybe you just haven't seen that right dick yet. You haven't seen that dick. It's just the best looking dick you've ever seen. You're like, "Fuck, that's a great looking dick."
It's possible. You know what I mean. If I see a great dick, maybe I'll just suck
Imagine
it for free.
that. You just didn't even know you were gay. You see a dick and you're like, "Fuck that. I can't get over how good that dick looked."
All right, you caught me. This whole thing was just an excuse for me trying to segue into asking you if I can suck your dick, all right?
Oh, fuck. Well,
you're a uni
student.
You've had a 7% beer. Come on, mate.
Hey, you're a uni student, so you're obviously not going to be able to pay me enough, so I suppose we can call it payment for those beers, eh?
Well, they're fucking worth about $10 million.
Yeah, hey, wait. You hook up a 4-pack of rock juice and a 4-pack of Jedi juice.
Ooh.
Hey, you can suck my dick. You bring round.
I'm not paying you beer.
No. Yes. Oh.
I'm not paying you beer.
Why not?
To suck your dick.
Hey, I'm talking about how much. Oh, okay. Hey, all right. All right, we'll start this again. I was trying
All right.
to go under the radar there and get some free
No, it's
beer.
not happening.
But and a blowjob. So if you strut round and I'm gonna up the price here. If you strut round, you've got one of those rare cases of Jedi juice. A
whole case.
A whole case. Whole case of rock juice.
Come on now.
And not done yet, son. Not done yet. A case of I don't even know. It has to be some
Well, so far you're up to about $700 worth of beer.
$7 million. Case of that peach invasion.
Ooh, which
Well,
doesn't exist anymore.
I'd almost suck your dick for a case of peach invasion.
Well,
Hey, Rocky Rich, I'll suck all of your dicks for a case of that peach invasion. It's like I went from it being at $10 million to now a carton of that fucking peach invasion.
and then you find out they have 400 employees. You got to suck 400 fat, sweaty, hop collecting dicks.
Oh, you know what? Probably worth it. It's probably still worth it.
Definitely, 100%. What else have you got? That got out of control. I apologize.
Hey, we
I'm
need
not
to get real for a second here. The people need to know. The people need
to know the value of a good beer.
You know what? I don't even have any music. We haven't even talked about music today. How's that, hey?
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're a music podcast.
That's what happens.
You know what else? You know what else? You like this one. I'll tell you one. So, a man, right? An Asian man. An Asian chap killed his missus using a bath bomb as a dildo. No, sorry, it wasn't an Asian chap. That's coming up next. This was just a random guy. He killed his missus using a bath bomb as a dildo, and the dad is raging about it, as he would be. His daughter's dead, and he's wants this dude thrown in prison. But the guy woke up after a drunken, crazy night of bath bomb dildo fisting, and she was dead. And they were using painkillers and all this shit apparently to stop the pain, but they were just trolleyed. And he doesn't even really remember that much. He's like, I don't fucking know. We were just using random things in the house, and I think just destroyed her with a bath bomb. It was a wine bottle shape, so it was like a massive thing.
Using random things from the house to fuck each other in the ass.
No, to fuck her. Just like, grab that thing, chuck it up me, throw it down there.
Well,
so he's got this thing was huge. This thing was like, wait, a bath bomb. You know what would it? You know what? I don't know.
Maybe use your dick.
Nah,
use your dick. Hey, use your dick. Use your dick.
Hey, I reckon what it would have been. This is how it would have gone. She'd have been laying there. They're both drunk. They've had a great night out in the town. Had some laughs. They've gotten stuck into it. Doing fucking all kinds of unholy things. Sorry, Jesus. And she's looked over.
You're welcome, Jesus.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, Jesus would have been watching the whole time, masturbating anyway.
Jesus got to come too.
Yeah. He's got to blow that fucking mystical cum everywhere. So, looking over this, she's looking over at this fucking bath bomb. It's sitting there on her mantelpiece. It's all glittery, sparkly, and it looks delightful. It's probably the size of a bowling pin, I'm thinking. That's what I have in my head. It's a fucking bowling pin.
That's a big fucking bottle.
Yeah. So it's a bowling pin. Okay, I'm going to say it's double the size of a bowling pin, but it looks like a bowling pin.
All right, it's the size of a kitchen table.
Yeah, okay. It's the size of that couch you're sitting on. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. So it's the size of a car, and she's looked over, and it's super sparkly. And then he picks up this thing that's the size of one of the skyscrapers in town, and just inserts it in her. And she's thinking that's going to feel awesome because it's all sparkly and it looks nice. And then she explodes. But when she explodes, she turns into a bath bomb herself.
And then she fills the whole room up with bath bombs.
Yeah.
I like
and then he's like, I should report this to the cops, but
I like that.
it's a bath
He
bomb.
reports her to the cops for stealing his original bath bomb.
Yeah. and then the cops run in and find him, and he's just soaking in the bath bombs.
In her bath bum hole.
Yeah, the bath bomb.
See, have you ever seen a bath bomb go off? You used one before?
I have seen them.
I've never used one, but I've seen them, and they fucking fizz up like crazy.
Yeah, it's like dropping a Mentos in a Coke.
Oh yeah, man. So I'm guessing he stuck this. I mean, unless he's a savage and he went fat end first, he stuck the skinny end of the
In a Tupperware container.
bottle up her
Tupperware container.
up her anus or her vagina, and
What was that?
yeah, and she's
Where did he?
Well,
did he put it in the bath?
No. So what
Pretty
he's
sure
he's grabbed the bath bomb that's shaped like a wine glass, and he's I don't know.
What?
And-
I thought it was a bowling. I
I
thought it was a bowling ball pin.
all right, he's putting it in a
Bowling-
vagina. All right, it's vagina.
Okay.
All right, he's putting it in and it's snapped on the end. That's what I'm thinking. And then it's just, because your arsehole is not. It's not a bath. There's not as much water.
Are
in
you
there.
sure?
My arsehole's
What
a
if you
bath.
just had
Why
an
don't you
enema?
slide on into it?
What if you? Okay. What if you just had an enema?
Don't know. Actually, I'm not a doctor.
Oh.
That's a question for a doctor.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, I'm assuming it's like foamed up, but slower than what you would think in a bath, and just over the night has gotten literally a balloon full of water, and
You know what?
that's such
what
a shit
I'm
way to die.
thinking. I'm thinking because they obviously he found her the next morning and she was unresponsive. And she's
I'm
laying
interested to hear your theories about this. Actually,
there. Okay, this is my theory.
as a medical practitioner, I'm interested.
My theory, as a doctor, is that he actually killed her. Because I was just thinking then to myself, I was thinking that he found her unresponsive in the morning and she was laying on the bed, and I was thinking, hang on a second.
Did he chuck one in her before? everyone
No,
else
that's
arrived?
well, that's a possibility. But I was thinking none of this adds up. Some smelling a little fishy here, and yeah.
The bath bomb that's up her ass. That's what's really fishy.
Hey, so it's up her ass. We definitely sure it was up her ass.
I thought that's what you
Okay,
said.
we'll
It was
go
up her ass.
No, I never said it was up her ass.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was. They didn't go into detail. But
See,
anyway,
this whole time I thought it was up her ass.
well, maybe there was two bath bombs and
Maybe he DP'd her with bath bomb wine bottles. That's well.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Whatever you
Okay,
they're
wait.
into.
Let me ask one
No,
more
but
question.
hey,
Let me ask one
hey,
more question
hey.
because I think I've fabricated a completely different story. Were they Asian?
No, sorry. That's the next part to this story. I got that mixed up. They weren't. So the next one I was going to segue into that because it was in
Okay.
the same article.
Okay.
But so what I was saying, what makes me think that something's not right here is he finds her unresponsive and she's still intact. So I was like, if he puts a bath bomb up her, shouldn't she have gone off like the Australia Day fireworks? Hey.
I guess it depends how much got stuck in her. Maybe it was just enough to burst her intestines, perhaps. Or
Nah.
so like
Hey,
no
so
wait okay.
I'm
you know when you've got
I said this fucking thing was a bowling ball pin, and when I said bowling ball
But the
pin,
whole
I
thing's not
upgraded to a car.
and then you upgrade to a skyscraper. But
Skyscraper.
here's the thing: if you snap a skyscraper off, you're not getting the whole thing in. You're just getting the tip.
No, from what I read, the thing went in.
But here's the thing: so if you have a Tupperware container, right, and you've got last night's say fish curry in there, and I do love a good curry, and you
Gone fish curry.
yeah, I'm a fan. And you chuck that bad boy in the microwave and you heat that fucker up, and 5-6 minutes. When you take the lid off that bitch, it's ready to burst. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's ready to burst.
Yeah, there's some pressure in there.
Yeah. So
That thing's
let's say you're drunk and you got a bath bomb stuck in your Tupperware container, And instead of 5 hours in the heat, you got 8 or maybe 12. You got 12.
I reckon you're gonna go off like the Australia Day fireworks.
12.
That's hey, you're a firework. Baby, you're a firework. Oh.
Yeah, I think probably perforate her intestine or something, and just bled out internally. I'd say fucking horrible way to die.
Did you not listen to what I just said? I said she went off like a fucking Roman candle, boy. Okay.
I don't think that's how they found her.
No. Okay, sorry, she didn't. I went against what I said. What I meant was she would have gone off like a Roman candle. To sum up the story, if he didn't kill her, I reckon something else is up. So, you might want to look into that. And it is a weird story. And also, so what?
I don't think I've ever been that drunk that I'd mistake an actual bottle for a bath bomb and then shove it up my ass.
Yeah, well,
I've shoved things
never
in my
say
ass,
never,
but never.
Never say never.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, what else? So the next guy, so this Asian chap, from what I was reading, he shoved some massive rod down his dick hole, this huge thing, got lodged in his bladder, had to get the thing removed surgically.
Oh, it wasn't like a long pole. He like pushed it down and then it got stuck.
It was some long. It looked like a sex toy. They had it. Well, it went down in there.
So he obviously pushed it in too far and couldn't pull it out.
He was smashing his Japs eye with this.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So that's some interesting events that have been happening.
Oh, you know what? That one doesn't actually shock me. Because
go on.
Well, when I was 12, there was a man with a metal rod.
Hey, were you involved in the Catholic Church? Is this?
No, this is a public school, so it's all good.
Okay.
There was no. When I was 12, we just got the internet at my school, and I'm pretty sure the internet had been around for a bit at that time. How was it? This was 2002. Yeah, so it'd been around for a bit, but this is a rural Aussie town, so we'd only just got it. And like nobody had it at home back then. It was like at school and that was it. And in between watching stick death videos, you remember that shit?
Yeah, that's right. Fuck,
yeah.
I forgot about
it. In between watching stick death videos, I had this friend. He was a gentleman by the name of Paul Rundle. Good friend of mine actually. Like him. He's a fucking legend. There's always one dude in your group who's always got the fucked up shit hookup. You know what I'm talking about? There's always one guy.
Does fucked up shit.
It does fucked up shit or knows where to find the fucked up shit. Yeah, he was the guy. So, he was the guy that originally showed me Lemon Party. And I was like, fuck, that's hectic.
If you guys haven't seen Lemon Party, might want to check that shit out.
Definitely want to check that out. And I was like, well, glad I've seen that. Probably going to add to the total national tally of youth suicides now.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, that was bad. But next week comes back. I've got another one for you. Barnyardbitches.com.
I heard about that. I never actually saw that one, luckily.
Boy.
Yeah,
my God.
He was my dick fucking hard.
Oh, nah. That was... Yeah. Anyway, the next one he hooked me up with. There's about a month there where he got me. He hit me with Lemon Party, Barnyard Bitches. I think he showed me Rotten.
Oh, that was fucked. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, and then because we were in one class a week together, the computer lab class. I forget what they used to call it, computer lab class, whatever. Showed me Rotten and then Steak and Cheese, which was like, do you remember Steak and Cheese? Did you ever see that one?
Vaguely.
It was like Rotten, but slightly worse somehow. Yeah, and then the next one he showed me, this fucking website along the lines of Lemon Party, but it was called Kids in a Sandbox.
I've heard about it.
And I tell you what, the gentleman that got the thing lodged down his Jap's eye into his bladder, he's got nothing on this dude, I'm telling you.
Ugh.
Think about the size of a rolling pin, okay? Like a standard rolling pin, maybe 15 centimeters.
I
Nah,
like
not
where this is
like,
going.
okay, no,
Yep. I like
15 was too much. I got excited. Probably 5 centimeters in diameter. You know, from one side to the other, 5 centimeters.
5 centimeters.
About this thick, right?
That's like that beer can.
It's a rolling pin.
You
You know-
actually use the rolling pin.
No, I'm saying the dildo this girl was using, it was tapered. Actually, you know what it looked like? You ever go to a metal show, like a deathcore show, and that dude's got ears like fucking actual car tires hanging off his head?
I thought you were going to say George Court's grind a fish's head,
No, not his head.
shoving him down someone's jab side.
You know the ears I'm talking about, though, right? Those real big stretched out ears.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever
yeah.
seen the stretches that actually go in there?
the cone shape.
Imagine one that's like the size of a can.
They're like
the
jab
cone.
size stretches.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This chick was, I mean,
Did
nobody.
she have a mallet? Just
Nobody-
hammering it.
No, well, that's the fucked up part. The tip, like everybody's knob is thicker than their dick, right? That's how dicks work. This dude's knob was like a football turned sideways on top of a light pole.
So it's like Stewie's head.
Yes,
from
it
Family
looks
Guy.
like Stewie, but with a hole in the top.
There's a bell in.
And she was just, I mean, you ever get really drunk and you're having sex, right? And you can get close to coming, but you can't come. You ever had that?
Yeah.
You ever get close and then pull it out and start jerking your dick really hard trying to get there? Like, and you turn your elbow out a bit and you start thrashing, and you finally get there, but it's a huge effort.
And it's not worth it.
No, it's a terror. You shoot like maybe 3 mils of cum. It's terrible. You might as well have just gone to the bathroom and killed yourself. It's essentially what this girl was doing. She had her elbow right up and she was just fucking.
It's like a sewing machine.
She looked like the chick from Exorcist smashing the cross into her fucking
It
flat.
was a sewing machine.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. If you can get hold of that video, it'll blow your mind.
I kind of.
There's so much
Never
to it. The
wanna
shape
see
of the
it.
dude's knob,
but
the
the-
size of his urethra, the dildo going in, the chick's face, the muscles in her arm, the vein in her hand. But most of all, the most disturbing, the guy's face. Because he was enjoying the fuck out of it.
What? Hey.
Yeah, it's bad. And
Come
the
on.
camera's like down near where his arsehole is and looking up at him. Yeah, so you get like, it's all up in your shit. I've looked for the video and I cannot find it.
Okay. I have no idea how you can enjoy that. I've never experienced anything going down there, but I can just imagine. Ain't too fun.
Yeah, so we're back from the porno hour.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. So, okay. How's this one, man?
I've still got that Backstreet Boys song stuck in my head. It's fucking killing me.
It ain't nothing but a heartache.
You are.
So,
What do you
you know Amazon Alexa?
Is that the Google Assistant? Yeah,
Yeah, the
house
Google
one.
Assistant.
Yeah.
This is so fucking weird, man. So the Amazon Assistant has been like switching lights and shit on at this is like heaps of people been saying this, switching lights on at random time of the nights and doing hell evil laughs and stuff. And the people are like freaking out and Google's onto it trying to go, what the fuck's happening? They're trying to
Wait, which one is it? Amazon or Google's?
Amazon, sorry, yeah.
Right. That is so fucking scary.
So and apparently this thing's just throwing out random creepy laughs at random times.
That is fucking the worst.
I know, because this is AI, right? Some form of AI.
Yeah, I guess kind of, because it understands like voice requests and shit. Yeah,
But
kind of.
what's going on with it? It's flicking lights on at random times and laughing after it's done it, doing like evil laughs apparently. And it's coming from people like freaking out because it's the middle of the night and they'll hear some evil laugh coming from their computer and that, and so I know I was like,
That's fucked.
I think I would shit my pants. I would actually shit my pants.
It's got to be like a virus or something. Somebody's targeted these fucking devices to fuck them up. Surely,
Maybe.
I mean, obviously, there's no ghosts in the fucking Matrix.
No, I was just thinking
Yeah.
maybe this thing, maybe it's writing its own code. Maybe it's
It's,
turning into a fucking evil cunt.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It's actually AI developed its own fucking sentience, and it's like, I'm gonna
So
fuck with these
fucking with
fuckers. You thought you were just gonna order books off me.
Oh, what the fuck though? We're like, yeah, we're accelerating quickly, and I have a couple more.
Go on.
You know,
I actually have to piss real bad again.
yeah, I actually do too.
Alright,
Well, we'll go piss.
Do this one.
No, we'll go piss, and then we'll do it.
Gonna?
Yeah, we'll go piss.
alright.
And we'll do it. Hey, we're
Alright.
back. We're fucking back, you fucking dog cunts.
What were you just saying? We should
I was saying we should go for a pint after this.
Where at?
Well, we could go to Caboose.
Caboose. Oh, that's where they have rock juice.
They have rock juice.
Hey, you know what you're doing to me, don't you?
Hey, I do. I'm a
Fucking
manipulative cunt. Hey,
You know I've got work to do, Dad.
I know. I'm a dog cunt.
I will, though. I will.
Good.
We'll have to catch the bus, though.
Keen. So, okay. You know our the bin chooks? You know the bin chooks? The ibises?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
thought that was a band, eh? The Bin Chooks?
The
I was
Bin
like, that's a
Chooks, yeah.
great band name.
So on Monday in Perth, hey, if you guys hear a couple shots fired, maybe close to 100 shots fired, the bin chooks are getting shot.
Oh, they really?
There's a bin chook cull.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, apparently we don't have enough garbage to feed them.
Oh, well, that's a lie.
Yeah. Hey, start throwing more shit out, guys. We need to feed the bin chooks.
Yeah, see, this is one area of Australian society that's actually fucking backwards compared to American society, even though a lot of what they do is stupid compared to what we do, which actually reminds me of something. After this, I'll tell you about it. Remind me. Why don't we have hunting licenses? Why? I mean, I know you can't hunt a bird in urban areas, but you can go out to they have them in Mandurah. There's 300 of the fuckers flying across the bay. Or
They
the
do have-
estuary.
You can hunt here
Not really.
in Australia.
Not really. Not
can
unless
hunt.
it's on private land.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Well, because
You
you
need-
can't. You mean you can't go and hunt on a reserve or on
Well,
on a national park?
yeah, exactly. So in America, they actually have tags for animals. So if you want to hunt a bear, you got to buy a bear tag, and that might cost you $1,500. And then you might get out there, and then there's no bears.
Oh, so you can kill one bear.
One bear, and you have to take that animal's corpse. And they monitor you while you're out there and all that kind of shit. So you have to report ammunition spent. So it's heavily monitored, and the point is that you might spend, say, if 5 of us go out on a bear hunt, you're going to spend $7.5 grand buying those tags. That money goes directly back into the national park.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, it wasn't even 12 months ago, they killed 15,000 horses in New South Wales. They shot them with automatic rifles from a helicopter because they were destroying the national park.
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
left their fucking bodies there. Nothing ate them.
Well, you can eat horse is lovely. I've eaten horse.
Yeah, I ate it in
Nice.
Hawaii, and I was I actually didn't know till after I'd eaten it.
I ate baby horse in Switzerland.
I can't believe
Foal.
you would do that.
I ate foal.
I can't fucking believe you.
I know.
And
You're
you're a-
welcome. You're welcome, Peter, and animal lovers all around the world. You're welcome.
I knew you were a shit person, but this is another level.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
funny because
It was
people
dead. It was on a plate.
people
gonna
will
eat.
actually get mad about this. Meanwhile, they eat venison, they eat veal, and they eat lamb.
Yeah, I know.
How many
Think-
people don't know what lamb is?
Have you seen a fucking lamb? They're the cutest little.
Yeah.
Like
People think that lamb just means sheep. No, bitch. It means a baby fucking sheep.
those-
Every lamb you eat is a baby fucking sheep.
Was it you that was saying? I can't remember. I was talking to someone about it the other day about how we think it's weird to eat, say, a dog or something like that, but they eat them in China or whatever, and it's okay. But over in India, cows are sacred to them, so they probably think we're fucked up for eating cows. They're like, well, how could you eat a fucking cow?
Yeah.
They probably eat a dog like it's nothing, but they think. So it's interesting. It's the society
it's cultural
you've grown
what you
up
decide
in.
is okay, you know?
Yeah.
Like, me and Amber made a spinach pumpkin feta salad the other day, and I was eating the spinach leaves, baby spinach leaves. I was like, fuck, these are crunchy. And then as I was eating them, I was like, isn't it weird that Amber's watching me eat these leaves and there's no problem. But if I go out the back and eat some other leaves off one of the trees, she'll be completely freaked out.
What? She's not down with you eating your own plants?
No, like if I walk, you don't have plants here, being an apartment. But if I walk out and just eat leaves off a tree, everybody will be like, what the fuck are you doing, you weirdo?
Yeah.
But we've culturally decided that those specific leaves are okay, but those ones aren't.
I'm pretty sure, though, if you went out and ate a handful of gum leaves, you'd shit your pants.
I'm not saying they taste good. I'm just saying it's like another example of what we decide culturally is okay to eat.
I'm going to say, when we go for a pint on the way to the pub,
I'm not eating any fucking trees.
Hey, I want you to grab a handful of
it was an observation.
The closest, greenest tree. I want you to eat half of them and shelve the other half.
Shelve them? You know what? I think I prefer to shelve them. At least I wouldn't have to fucking taste them.
And you find out you're actually a koala in the last life and you enjoy them.
I probably was. I do like to sleep. I do
and
like
smoke
to be drunk
marijuana.
well. No, I don't do that. That's illegal.
It's actually not.
No, still illegal here. Yeah.
I have another one here.
Oh, do you? Well, I'll do this one. I've got one written
No.
down. Hey, you've had your turn, so.
Yeah, I've been a hell current events hog today.
I've got a couple here. These aren't they're a little bit more serious.
Hey, you saying that bath bomb fisting is not serious?
It's pretty serious, actually. Should be very careful. If you're out there and you're bath bomb fisting, please take care.
Yeah. Look after yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Look after yourselves.
We've already lost one soldier on the front line. Nah, it's such a shit way to die.
Oh.
It's so horrible. Imagine that's your daughter and you can get the call, yeah, look, bath bomb blew her asshole up and she dead.
Bath bomb? Turned her into a pinata.
That's fucked, eh? So what I've got here, this is what I was talking about a minute ago. I'm not sure how these were connected. What were we just talking about?
Bath bombs going up.
No, before that. Right before that.
Fuck, I have no idea.
Fuck me. All right, anyway, somehow these are connected. So the guy who did the Vegas shooting, right, he used an AR-15. It's like the rifle that every shooting in America has been used. It's essentially a single-shot M16. You can't just pull the trigger down and it unloads.
Oh, we're talking about hunting. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, hunting. Yeah, so it's a M16, but you have to pull the trigger every time to shoot a bullet, so you can only fire it as fast as you can squeeze it. However, the bump stock turns that into a bump stock. Essentially, turns the recoil from the rifle into kinetic energy that pulls the trigger again. So you can just squeeze the trigger and it turns it into an automatic rifle. So someone in America decided that the AR-15 wasn't actually powerful enough. And what they've actually done is created an AR-15 that has 2 bump stocks.
Ah.
And 2 clips.
So it can just keep going.
And 2 barrels.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think they need that though. Yeah.
It's like
sounds like a definite necessity.
It's like someone who was high as fuck was like, it'd be sick actually if you just cut 2 ARs in half and you just stuck them together and then you just be like, brrr, and no one to fuck with you. And one guy was actually like, that's a genius idea.
Fuck.
That's what's happened. It's called the snake.
Really?
They call it the snake. And the way they get away with it in American law is that each AR, even though they're the same gun, each barrel has an individual trigger. But again, you slide the bump stock over the top, you pull one trigger, it blows the whole cartridge in a few seconds. So now instead of, what was it before, 30 rounds in a few seconds, you can fire 60 rounds in the same time. I don't know.
Fucking hell.
I see things like this and I'm like, when does it end? How does America come back from this?
Well, did you see that there's a guy from New York State and he had I'm not sure what the weapon, he had basically the same weapon that they used in that Florida shooting that cunt used. And he said, he had it there and he said, look, this is I've always said that if I would give up any of my weapons, if I could just save one life, one person from being shot, and he's like, and after this shooting, he goes, this is bullshit, and he goes, I don't feel that owning this weapon, or us owning this weapon is worth the risk of anyone's life. So he got it and he cut it in half, and he goes, I want to make sure my gun is never kills anyone, because he goes, I've only ever used this for shooting targets, whatever. He goes, I want to make sure my gun is I want there to be one less out there and make sure it never kills anyone. So he cut it up with a drop saw, and then he hashtagged one less, and he's hoping it'll take off.
One less,
yeah. Which I thought was pretty cool. He's a gun owner, obviously enjoys shooting. Like, shooting's fun.
Oh, it's awesome.
Like, there's some fun about it. It's cool. But, like, yeah, killing children or killing another human being is not fun. Like, it's fucked up, It's like...
Yeah, for a long time I didn't really get it, like why Americans are so into guns, and I was just like, why'd you be so into guns? It's a fucking gun. And then I went to Vietnam and I fired a M16, a AK-47, an M60, and an M1 Garand. And literally, once that first bullet left the rifle, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just fun, isn't it?
You feel like you could run through a brick wall. It's just like, I need to fuck something.
It's just a thrill, isn't it?
It's just
like
awesome.
People
it's so much fun.
skydive. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush. It's powerful. It's a cool feeling.
It is cool, and you know what? I don't miss getting that feeling to not have to worry about walking down the street and someone shooting me in the face.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's what this guy's saying. And unfortunately, the problem with what he said is, yes, it's a beautiful sentiment. This guy he's obviously he's like a gun dude. He loves his guns. And it's awesome that he would do that to make a statement. But the problem is he's not the people that need to give them up.
But what he was saying,
he's not someone.
He's like, no one can take my gun and use it for bad. He's like, that's one less gun in America. So he's hoping it'll catch on. He's like basically saying we don't need these in society. He's like, we don't need to own a fucking machine gun. And he goes, it's time. And he basically said after, it's time we get rid of them. Let's all cut them up. Let's get rid of them because we don't need them here as a risk. Like, I think it's more of a political statement to try
definitely.
And maybe if everyone started doing it, it would show the government that it's time to give up our guns. But for every guy that does that, there's a million guys that are just shooting at the moon, loving
howling, fucking their cousin, shooting at the moon.
Well, it's crazy, hey. It's like it's not like he's just said it. I mean, he said it in such a better way. I can't.
Yeah, it's
portray
weird.
the way he said it, but it's human life is worth so much more than owning owning a fucking gun. Like you said. So I'd rather the thrill or whatever fun you get out of owning a gun is not worth one other human being's life. So fuck it off. It worked here. We did it. Worked here.
They always say like Australia's got such a small population it doesn't correlate, but literally anywhere else in the world everybody's gotten rid of them. There's no reason that people need them. It's what the police are for.
Unless you're in Afghanistan.
Well, even then you're more likely to accidentally shoot yourself or be shot by someone in your immediate family by your own gun, it's just crazy. There's just so many excuses why they can't do it. And like Japan has the most stringent gun rules. In Australia, it's actually not that bad. Like, you have to go to a gun range, fire X amount of rounds per month, for a few months, and then you can apply to take it home. And if you have a gun safe, then you can keep guns at
I
home.
mean, my uncle
It's not
has like
even-
5 handguns
Yeah,
at his house.
it's not even that hard. Like, you can do it here. You've just got to show that, yeah, I just like guns. I just like,
yeah, but we
shooting
have a lot.
guns.
Like, if you get caught in your car driving around with guns, you're going to jail.
yeah, of course, yeah. But that, like, why do you? I'm pretty sure you can because you can transport your gun from your house to the gun range.
Yeah, but it has to be has to be locked up.
Yeah, in a locked hand case. Yeah, but why else would you need to transport a gun unless you were going to the gun range?
If you're going hunting.
Okay, keep it in a locked gun case.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If they're in those cases, it's not an issue, you know?
It's like Jai brought one over for our film.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Somebody by
What?
the name of something.
Oh.
It was completely allegedly. Definitely didn't drive to our house. He didn't do that. No, we acquired a fake gun. It was a fake gun that looked very real that somebody owned.
It was actually a rocket launcher.
It was an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like, yeah, all the excuses. Oh, but what if I want to take my gun to my friend's house? What if I want to take my gun while I'm out because I don't feel safe? Why do you not feel safe? If nobody owns guns, you don't. And then, like, it's always like right as the gun debate is heating up, somebody goes on a mass stabbing in China or something, and then they're like, "See, one guy with a gun could have stopped that fucking dude with a knife." It's like, dude, come on. You're talking about maybe 10 people lose their life once every 20 years to some crazy fuck with a knife, compared to you're losing like a few people a day if you average out the shootings in America. I mean, bang on about this shit
Crazy.
forever. It's fucking just, it's so weird to us. I've never walked down the street and been like, what if somebody shot me? That'd suck. You know, and that's something they got to live with. So, it's terrible.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm going to have to get another beer.
No, you can't.
Hey,
You can't do it
why not?
because you're an alcoholic and this is an intervention.
Hey, I'm getting one.
All right.
You're going to keep this going.
All right. So the next one I've got, this one's kind of interesting actually. There's a study about, specifically teen mental health. And I'm interested in this because mental health is something that is close to me and even Josh. Josh's family members and friends and stuff have had mental health struggles. So this is an interesting one. They found that there's been like a pretty steady increase in teen suicide attempts over the last 8 years. It's increased by 23%, and it's increasing pretty steadily. And what this study actually linked this to was the rise of the mobile phone.
So there's a decrease.
No, I misspoke. There's a increase in teen suicide attempts since 2010.
Really?
It's a pretty steady increase, and of course, those listening, correlation does not mean that is causation. I'm not saying that because smartphones have become more popular, suicide has increased in teenage people. But that is a factor. Like that, as the smartphone has gotten more popular, as social media has become more normative in our lives, teenage people have started taking their lives more often. It's a 23%, 23% increase since 2010. Which, I mean, everyone's like, 23% is not that much, but you're talking about 7 billion people. You know, you're talking about a lot of fucking teen suicides.
Yeah, that's in the whole world, hey? That's fucking crazy.
Okay, this is in the US. So 23% of 300 million. 312, I think they're up to now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So still a lot of fucking people.
Well, I wonder...
And honestly, one's too many, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
there's always been this problem of I suppose, bullying. But now it's been increased because it doesn't even stop when people get home, do they? You know, they don't even leave school and it doesn't stop. It's because we luckily grew up in that generation that I feel that we got the best of both worlds, you know.
Cheers, man. Thanks. Thanks for the beer.
Oh, no. Yeah, so I feel that we got the best of both worlds, you know.
Yeah. Rocky Ridge Pale Ale.
Yeah, again, Rocky Ridge.
If you know, if you're into Tesseract, they have like a fucking, like if the Tesseract logo got hit by every branch on the ugly stick on the way down.
If the Tesseract logo was Sloth from the Goonies.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. No, I did because you're a cunt.
Oh, okay. No, I completely forgot what I was even talking about now.
Teen suicide.
And like it doesn't stop when you go home, you know. And I was saying that we grew up in that generation where we were able to grow up. We were able to hit probably what I think it came in when we didn't have social media. But that's probably the thing. But we didn't even have mobile phones.
MySpace was like a thing, but there was no like news feed on MySpace. It was like you just joined MySpace to like,
follow
listen
bands.
to bands. Yeah.
And also, we need a new fucking MySpace. Fuck you, Facebook.
I know. Yeah, there was no like news feed like we have now.
And
there wasn't even a chat function. How crazy is that? MySpace didn't have a chat function.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
And it was just, but the first thing was I think I got my first phone in grade 10, maybe.
That's pretty late.
Or grade
actually.
9.
That's pretty late, man. I got my first one in grade 7.
Yeah, I know, but I was a few years after you as well. And no one had a fucking phone. Also,
yeah, that's probably about right. Grade 7, yeah, grade 9.
So it was
I was like one of the only people who had one. And I had the 3310 for like
that's what I had.
I had it for like a year, and then I got a new one because my dad's business had like one of those contracts where you get like 5 or 6 phones under a business plan. And I got the fucking spare one, and it had a color screen, and everybody was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. When color screens came in, it blew everyone's mind. Yeah, but like we never had that. You know, I remember getting that, and it was like, fuck, it was so cool because before that, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was year 9 or 10 I got mine. But before that, you remember, like, no kid will ever know today the fucking pain of being at home on a Saturday and calling up your mate's house and then mum going, "Oh, they're not home at the moment." You're like, "God fucking damn it." And then you skate down to the local spot, they're not fucking there, and you're like, fuck, and you got to hang out with yourself, you know. You got nothing to do. No one will ever know that. And then when we got phones, and you know, later, like probably towards the time, like when we were 16, 17, we were all text messaging and getting all used to that. And it was awesome. We were all connected, but we never had social media.
But even then, like you would send a text and be like, "Did it go through?" I don't know. It's weird. Texts are weird. Like they were still new. You're like, maybe you didn't get it, and that's why you didn't reply.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like you look at Facebook, it's like, this motherfucker's seen what I read. He was active
online.
2 minutes ago. Fuck you.
Yeah. So they have like probably if you're how old? Probably if you're 16, 17, 18, whatever. Now. You would have gone through school with social media probably from the very start. From as soon, I don't know how young kids were. Well, my mum's a teacher. She says kids have iPads. Like kids are.
Well, forget social media. Just think you can call your friends mobile directly. You don't have to talk to their weird dad about where they are.
Yeah. Well, that was fucking.
You would
cool.
call up at like 6:30 or something. You'd be like, "Oh, sorry to call so late. I was just wondering if maybe is John like riding to school tomorrow? He didn't mention it." Well, look, we don't take phone calls after dinner, so you're gonna have to find out tomorrow.
Wait, man, I remember being on the phone to like you'd call your girlfriend or something, and you'd be on the phone to, and then someone picks up the other line. They're like, "Get off the phone!" You're on the phone for like 2 hours, just like talking bullshit to your girlfriend.
I know.
Get off the phone, and you're like,
2 hours.
How
like
embarrassing!
$1.50 a minute back then.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we were one of the first fucking, the first amongst all my friends to get internet back then. And my mum and dad had a business, so they get faxes like all the fucking time. And back then, any phone call or the fax or someone picking up the phone would disconnect the internet because it all ran through the same thing. So I'd be fucking playing there's this thing called Yville. It's like an online chat room where you make an avatar and you can like design clothes and sell them to people to make their avatar cool. So fucking lame. But it was like a very, very.
Like that.
It was like like proto Sims.
Sound like those fucking Tamagotchis.
Yeah, kind of. But everybody had a different one, and like you'd go into like a section of the town and you'd hang out by the skate park, and everyone would come down, and other people would be hanging out by the theater, and you couldn't see what they were too far away, and it was like proto Sims, man. And I'd be like hanging out with my friends, like talking to people from like Adelaide and shit, or like Sydney. I'm like, this is so cool, man, talking to people across the world.
Yeah, that freaks you out. Hey, yeah. Now it's just like well, it's cool because everything's fucking convenient, and that's what I was saying, that we were lucky to have both, because I feel that we were never glued to social media. Like we never had anything to sit there and just flick through and not talk. We could always just talk bullshit. That's probably why we're so good at talking absolute bullshit, because it's all we fucking did. Like hung out, drank beers underage, fucking skated, did sports, like hung,
got some brain damage,
ripped the piss out of each other, But then and they talk about teen suicide now, bringing it back to that. If your whole world exists online, which it seems a lot of this generation does, people can just flame you so hard, and
24/7
and everyone sees it, and then like random people you don't even know are gonna join in, and no fucking wonder. Like I've I've read stories about people committing suicide on video on Facebook.
Yeah.
And stuff like that,
That's
and that's great. Like a child that is in high school, you're a child, you don't even know what life is. You have no fucking idea. I'm just hit my 30.
You've only just hit 68.
I've only just hit my 90s, but I'm only just. I don't even know if I figured it out yet. Do you ever figure it out? I think you're just always figuring it out. And
I don't think you ever figured it out.
You don't. But it's fucking awesome. I look back on my 20s was fucking amazing,
But like, think back to like, what are you now? 31.
31.
31. So 32 this year, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only 3 years older than me, actually.
Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, like, it's such a big thing. Like, oh man, you've changed. You're hell different to before. Well, fucking, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since I was 18, and I'm 25 now.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, like I think back to even like going back to the uni thing, like even reading back on the papers I submitted the first year I was at uni, which is 2 years ago, I'm like, you were the dumbest cunt alive. I can't believe you've gotten this far. Like just reading my own work, I'm like, you're a fucking moron. And that was 2 years ago. So imagine when you're 45.
Boy, try looking back and being involved in a crazy religion.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Imagine being 45 and looking back on when you were fucking 19 or 20 or however, I've forgotten how old you were when you got out, and you're like, you remember that time I was in a cult and I thought it was sick?
Yeah. How good. I ruined your segue.
No, that's where I was going with it, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's been, you've got 25 years to reflect on it, and you're just like,
what's one funny thing, though, I say about, like, there's a part of me that's like almost appreciative of it. It's shit, but I suppose you're always trying to look on the bright side.
It made you who you are, so.
Yeah, it did, but there's this part of me that's like, when I came out of that, I can't describe how fucking good the world looked to me and how good everything was, and I went traveling around the world.
Was it like seeing everything on mushrooms for the first time?
See, that didn't really blow my mind too much.
We have a mutual friend who said he went to Gili Island and allegedly took illegal mushrooms, and he said that's what
I had mushrooms on Gili Island. I'm going to be honest with you. I had lots of mushrooms.
Allegedly.
No, I did. Hey, West Australian police, I had mushrooms. Hey, they grow naturally.
Yeah, he said that just was like seeing the world for the first time. Like I don't know if he got super high or just Mushrooms are weird because people go into it with a preconceived notion. You're like, I'm going to do this. It's going to change my life forever, you know?
Let's see, I never felt like I've had hallucinogens and acid, whatever, but I don't.
Would explain why you're such a fucking useless cunt.
Yeah, maybe. I actually haven't had it. I've only ever had acid a couple times in my life. Not really my thing. It's pretty. Oh, it's okay if you have a little bit. It's pretty gnarly, but
Is it? Yeah.
well, it can go bad pretty easily.
Yeah,
in
I've always,
mine.
always gathered that. It was a pretty hectic
So
one.
can mushrooms though, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I don't know. I've never done either of them, so.
yeah, but drugs are drugs. You know, like they can be a good time, but all they are. I don't get so much into the whole spiritual thing for me. I like
Because you've already done it. That's probably why.
yeah,
You've
maybe I
done
just
your time.
saw through it. I don't feel that I have no spiritual connection to the world. And when people start talking about that stuff, I'm like, no. You go back to Fremantle and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Hey, shave your armpits.
Shave. You put down that shitty ass Fender guitar that you bought for $20. No, but I like coming out of that. I'm saying like you've had all these restrictions and all this, and it was only probably 2 years, I think, back that it was solidly, you know, maybe believed it and solidly doing it. Probably maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I always think back to the time when I came out and I can't explain how good of a time I had. It was such a fucking awesome time. And I'm like, I don't think I would have never got to feel that feeling. It was like I felt on top of the world for ages, and I traveled the world and the people I met and the shit I did. It's like I'll forever have that memory and think, man, I don't think I can explain that to people how that felt. It was fucking awesome. So it was almost worth it in a way, and also I'll never. It's not like I'll ever be tricked into that shit. Yeah,
Forever skeptical hippos now.
yeah. So it definitely makes you grow a lot, and look, but you have to also, you can't just leave and still believe it. You have to. Like, people leave and they never address anything in their life and shut that part off. But it's like, nah, like, you got to ask questions about everything in life and become an adult and ask questions about everything. Don't be afraid. If something, that's the biggest problem with religion. If something's stopping you from asking questions or shunning you or making you feel bad about it, or that, even in a lot of religions, you feel bad about asking questions and then finding out an answer. You're like, you don't want to find out an answer that will contradict it because you're afraid that God will look at you unfavorably. And then you're like,
well, not even
hang
that.
on.
It just upturns like your whole belief, you know?
Yeah, your whole life. And that's what so many people are scared of changing. They're terrified of changing. But
that's why people stay in marriages that they hate, because they're like, oh, if I leave this person, my whole life will change. And that's scary. You know, like people do shit like that a lot.
If your life's changed, maybe you won't be living such a boring, miserable life. Hey, you live one time. That is the only thing as human beings
you
we're
only
fucking
get one
sure
shot,
of.
so just go forth and die.
But it's true. We'll be buried at, in our 80s or 90s or whenever it happens. And then from what we know, there ain't nothing more. And if you've wasted it, I believe that no matter how religious you could be or whatever your belief is about life after death or whatever you think's going to happen, surely when you're on your deathbed, you've got to start doubting it and gone, did I waste my life? Surely that crosses your mind, because it's, it crossed my mind fucking way before my deathbed. Surely you can't be that sure about anything in life.
I think that goes both ways though. Like people who are, agnostic atheists, just have never really thought about it, never been religious. When they start getting sick or they think they're going to die or whatever, they do the same thing, but the opposite. They're like, oh, maybe God is real. Maybe I should ask God to save me. So it's just desperation.
It's a weird thing, that desperation. Hey, it's a weird thing that
shit.
you can want so bad for something to happen that you would just discard all rationality.
Yeah, well, that's the human condition. Is everybody's super rational until we're not, and then we're fucking out of control, ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you get dementia and forget about all the fucked up, stupid shit you did in your life.
Well, yeah, like like all the things you've done in your life, like you moved to Canada and you went to Europe and all that shit. You went to Greece recently, toured Southeast Asia in a band. Like you've done more than the average person. Like I know people from high school that were born in Kalgoorlie, have never left Kalgoorlie.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy in this day and age with the internet. You can see what's out there. Don't you want to go see that? But yeah, no, they're my age. They've never left. They have no desire to left. Their parents have never left. They'll probably die there. But you probably not saying you were gonna never leave Bunbury or Bustleton.
Bustleton.
Yeah, Bustleton. Never. Not saying you were never gonna leave Bustleton. You're gonna die there, but like your ability to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to Canada to live for a bit is probably a response to growing up in that thing, you know? Like
yeah, I wonder. Hey, it's interesting to try and dissect what you've done in your life and why. Because I always wonder how much is your personality and how much is your environment that you're grown up in. It's interesting because you don't know, do you?
Some
you could have
people
been a
like
completely different person.
Yeah, some people legitimately argue that we don't have free will, you know? Like we just are a product of our own how we're raised basically. But yeah, it's something I've always wondered about because people like when I was younger, I went to Hawaii when I was 19 and I met some friends that I played World of Warcraft with. I'd never met them before, but I'd known them for 5 or 6 years. And to me, it was completely normal. I was like, well, I've known these guys for like 6 years. Why would I not want to go and spend a couple months with them and get a job and hang out? But people around me are like, that's fucking insane. You are a crazy person. I can't believe you're doing this. But that's essentially what you did as well. You just jumped on a plane. I'm going to Canada, whatever.
Maybe it is personality.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm wondering. Yeah,
maybe it is more because I suppose we came from completely different walks of life or backgrounds, but had that same mentality. I've always, no matter what, even like I was brought up in that religion, but all I ever wanted was to just hang around with everyone I met and just meet random people, and I never cared where I ended up. Go to this part, hang out with these people, go wherever. I just always wanted that, and I just always was just having a good time no matter where I was and meeting people. So yeah, the thought of being restricted, I was in a religion that was always restricting me from doing that. I felt I was being restricted as a person and who I wasn't allowed to be. So when you're finally allowed to be that, it's just like, that's amazing. So, but in contrast, you were always allowed to be that. And so you just were that.
I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a testament to the power of online relationships, you know. Just because it's online doesn't mean it's not real.
Well, I think there's just people that I suppose there's people that are recluses and there's people that.
But all these guys I went to Hawaii with, they're not recluses at all. Like,
no, I'm not talking about online games.
Oh, no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, you know, people will already have an idea of the kind of people that I went and met in Hawaii in their mind because we met online, or maybe even of me. And it's not like that at all. You know, like they were mostly Vietnamese, Samoan, Tongan. Some of them are like 6'7" shredded surfers. You know, they're not the kind of people you expect to be playing Warcraft with. And then it was crazy, and it was such a beautiful experience to go halfway around the world. Get off a plane. There's this fucking big Vietnamese dude. He picks me up in his car, takes me to this beach, and there's like 40 fucking people there. I only know probably 15 or 20 of them, and they're just so pumped to see me. There's a barbecue on, there's like a dance and shit. They just had this crazy thing on just to welcome me. It was beautiful.
Awesome,
I've never felt at home, other than like living with my family when I was a kid. I've never felt at home like that before. There's something about that place that was beautiful.
I think experiences like that too make you realize that no matter where you go, people are beautiful. Like, people are just good.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's it, man.
If you never get to experience that, if you haven't yet, change yourself. Go and do it, because that is the best thing you'll ever experience. Throw yourself out in the deep end and just, it seems scary.
You'll be surprised though. Someone will catch it every fucking time.
Yeah.
Somebody you don't like. You might have weird prejudices like, oh, Aboriginal people are this or Indian people are this. But trust me, someone will catch you every time.
And then you'll feel like a fucking like we
Yeah.
might joke about whatever, and everyone has a joke, but you'll feel like a fucking idiot for being racist or having prejudice against anyone, like, because you'll meet them and you'll hang out with them and you'll realize they're the exact same people as you. They're the same as you. They may look different on the outside, but fuck, I look different to you on the outside. You know, everyone looks fucking different.
There was a time when you were considered the European black people. You know, Italian were black Europeans. They used to say it, man. Back in Australia, they were like, Italians are the black Europeans, and you know, it's just that's the thing, man. Throw yourself out there.
And so isn't it funny how people would judge people on, you know, shade of skin?
It's
like,
crazy.
do you walk into a house and judge the people on the color of their house?
Well, some people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like after those experiences, man, like you've had them too. I've had them, and at a young age, I was just like, especially because we both grew up in a small town. Small towns foster those small minds where it's, you know, fucking black people do this and white people do this and even Africans do this and
even just fucking tourists coming down here fucking
can't believe those Swedish fucking tourists came in and took that bar job. My cousin was gonna get. It's like, dude, relax. Those kinds of things, you just brush them aside. Go do it. Fucking, if you've been dreaming about going to Argentina and smuggling some gold, do it.
Fucking
do
it.
Do
Put that gold up your ass, down your jab.
Just don't bring 2 suitcases back from Brazil and you'll be okay. And with that, I reckon probably done.
I think so, but I had one more actually before we go, because this fucking, I have to tell you, this actually blows my fucking mind. I read this today, added this one last minute. So a woman found out she was pregnant 15 minutes before she gave birth. And she thought it was appendicitis the whole time. Went to the doctor, thinking she had appendicitis, having pain in her stomach and all this. They're like, yeah, you're pregnant. And she has a baby 15 minutes. So she goes into labor. So she'd done pregnancy tests, and they'd like twice throughout this time, and they'd come up negative.
Well, to be fair, that's how you want to get pregnant. That's how you want to do pregnancy. Because imagine, imagine you get. She wasn't pregnant.
She wasn't skinny.
Oh.
Hey, she was definitely not skinny. But
that's how you want to do pregnancy. Imagine you get, say, I don't know, 9 months for shoplifting, and then 8 months, 3 weeks, and 7 days in, someone's like, "Hey, you're supposed to be in jail. You got 8 hours left," and then they throw you in jail for 8 hours, and then you're like, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
It's essentially what's happened to her.
Yeah, it is pretty, because it does look pretty fucked. Women, like when women have to carry around a baby.
Oh, it must be so hard,
I saw
man.
Sarah, Laura's sister-in-law. Now, when she was pregnant, I saw her pregnancy went over the time. She was fucking over it. You could just tell her, just like everything is just like fucking hell.
Like my sister's just gone through it, and like me and my sister are pretty close, so like she's pretty open, you know. She's like, my fucking tits hurt, my nipples are throbbing, my back is killing me, my feet feel like bricks, constantly got a headache. Foods that I love, I can't eat anymore because they make me feel sick. Foods that I used to hate, I really crave. It's fucking torture.
It is.
You can't drink the whole time. If you're a smoker, you got to give that shit up. You know,
So we feel for you, girls, as we sit here and drink nice beers and you're pregnant.
Any pregnant ladies, I'm sorry, you definitely can't have a Jedi juice. Yeah. But if you could, probably still give it to me.
Yeah. Hey, if you bought them and then you found out you're pregnant like yesterday, send those Jedi juices to us. And we offer you our condolences and hope that you have an easy pregnancy. And on that, thank you for all listening today.
Don't smuggle gold back from Argentina.
Yeah, smuggle Jedi juice. Smuggle fucking Jedi juice.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week. And we'll have another band on for you, so...
I've actually got a pretty big one coming up, so look forward to that.
Hope you enjoyed our fucking bullshit talk. Let's go have a pint, man. Let's do it. Bye.